You are listening to Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford. Now let's head to the field with Dave Carter.
You are looking live at John Cupton Stadium here in Cedar Park, Texas, where tonight it's week number 3 of Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford. Hello, folks. Dave Carter joining you here again this week on the iHSFAN Webcast Network. Think we've got a good one here tonight between the Round Rock Dragons, your Round Rock Dragons, and the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Alongside me, as always, is that Blue Light Special in Kmart. Kevin Martin, how we doing tonight?
Doing great, Dave, tonight. It's going to be a fantastic evening for football out here at Gupton Stadium. I'm looking forward to it. Going to be a good time.
Always a good contest when you put these two rivals together, neighboring schools right here close by. The neighborhoods adjoin where you've got Cedar Park kids around here and you've got Round Rock kids. They all know each other, and this should be a great environment, a hot environment, 102 degrees still outside in the blazing hot of summer, but a hint of fall in the air hopefully next week. We shall see, but again, we do think this will be a terrific contest tonight. Last week, Round Rock, as you may well know, taking on the Reagan Rattlers out of San Antonio, and a good contest coming up just short at the end of the game. But a lot of good things happening last week, Kmart.
Yeah, it was definitely very much in doubt early in the game. The Dragons struggled. They got it together after halftime and put together a really nice rally. And as you alluded to, they were driving. They scored multiple times in third quarter to get it close. Late in the fourth quarter, they're driving to tie that game up and just came a little bit short there at the end. It was a great turnaround for the Dragons after the first week. And they had a good showing last week against the Rattlers. So hats off to the staff and the team for that.
Yeah, I agree with you, partner. It was, a tough loss. Two terrific opponents in Weiss and Reagan in these first 2 weeks. Weiss now ranked in the top 15 in the state. That's a buzzsaw team, no question about it. Cedar Park, having run in, I believe it was last week, they took on Vandergrift and ran into a buzzsaw themselves. So I think these two teams are obviously well tested in the opponents that they played. We had an opportunity to visit with head coach Cody Moore earlier and get his thoughts on the ball game, and here it is. Joined here again this week for Three Things with head coach Cody Moore. Coach, quite an improvement over week 1 despite the loss to Reagan. A very evenly matched game against an excellent opponent. So many things seem to be coming together for this Dragons team as they mature. Tell us what you liked last week and where the coaches are looking for improvement in this week's contest.
Yeah, I'm not one to give any kind of moral victories. A win is a win, a loss is a loss. But I will say I really enjoyed seeing our team get back to the game plan and figure out kind of what kind of depth or what kind of guts that our team has. So having that experience of a rough first week and seeing our kids bounce back and go back to practice and figure out what's important now, like principle that we kind of live by, was really, really nice to see. I'll tell you, Reagan's a phenomenal team. They've historically been really, really good. They're one of the better programs in the San Antonio area, and we knew that it was going to be a contest, but I love the fact that our kids did not shy away from that whatsoever. They showed up, they've showed out, and I'm proud of them for that. Obviously, I'm not going to, like I said, give the moral victory, but we had to go back to work, and that's where we're at right now.
So tonight's ball game is the first road contest for the Dragons. Comes on a short week with a Thursday night kickoff. Can you explain to everyone what the game day routine looks like for the Dragons, especially when they go on the road to a stadium they might not be familiar with?
Well, in this particular situation, Thursdays are a little bit different, but thankfully we've played Thursday games over the last few years, and we've developed a schedule and a routine that we think that is healthy for our program and for our team. As far as some routines and stuff goes, if we're talking about Gupton, we've been at Gupton quite often. We'll play Vista Ridge at Gupton, and we played Cedar Park a couple times at Gupton. So we've been to Gupton really, quite often. And another thing too, it's like 5 miles away from Kelly Reeves. So anytime that we are traveling to Gupton, we kind of keep the same routines as we would if we were going to Kelly Reeves and playing a game at Kelly Reeves. I guess something that might be maybe a little quirky, something that we do here at Round Rock as far as game day routines and stuff is we do these things called itineraries, and the itineraries are exactly what you think they are, but they are a little bit special. They have a couple slogans in them. They tell which kids are on which bus, exactly what they need to be. We have some scout team players on there of the week, and then there's the actual itinerary. So the whole thought process behind the itinerary is we don't want the kids to think and get anxiety about where they need to be, when they need to be there, or have to remember really anything. If they keep their itinerary in their pocket, then all they have to look and see what time they got to be there and just make sure they're on time. And so we try to do a lot of the thinking for them, getting it all laid out in front of them, and then just get ready for them to play a ball game. So I think it's something a little bit different for us. Just a little trifold piece of paper, something that they can look at and not have to think.
All right. Finally, tonight's opponent is our neighbors, the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Had a nice victory over Cedar Ridge, but then ran into a bit of a buzzsaw in Vandegrift. They're balanced on offense. They've gathered some turnovers. Tell us a little bit about what we should be looking for from the Dragons in tonight's ball game.
Yeah, so Cedar Park, they're historically a very successful program. They have a lot of tradition, and a lot of times tradition itself will win you some games. But they're a great team. They're a great program. They do a lot of really good things there at Cedar Park. But defensively, their front seven are a really, really good unit. They got two linebackers that make a lot of plays. Their front three D linemen, they're a 3-4 defense. Their front three D linemen do a really good job eating up blocks and getting penetration and causing havoc in the backfield. So it's going to be a really good contest for our offensive linemen and our offense. Defensively, their offense, their quarterback was what makes them go, man. He's an excellent football player. He has a lot of the same traits that the guy we saw last week at Reagan. Makes a lot of extra effort plays and improvises really well. Throws the ball, good, clean, tight spiral ball with a lot of velocity on it, and very accurate. And then he has some really good possession-type receivers that run really good routes, and they're crisp routes. They do a really good job finding windows. And then the running back's a great player. He's a young kid. He's only a sophomore, but he's very, very talented, and I'm excited to see what our defense does this week.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck tonight against the Timberwolves. There you have it, folks. A good conversation with Cody Moore, and Kmart, listening to him and having that conversation, he talked about it all, going through the quarterback for Cedar Park, Aiden Arp, and I think it will. The guy's got wheels. He's thrown for a couple hundred yards each game, and he's run for almost 50 each game. So if you can contain that, I think that's where your ball game has to be played from a defensive standpoint.
And the Dragons have absolutely seen that before. He talked about the Reagan quarterback, but also the quarterback from Weiss the week before, and they should be familiar with that for themselves. Mason Cochran is the engine that makes the Dragons run. So they, to an extent, they know how to face this team because they've seen it before in other teams around the area. So it'll be really exciting to see what the staff has put together this week for ARP and the Timberwolves, because I'm sure it'll be a little bit different, but they've got a chance here to show what they've learned so far.
I agree with you, partner. Folks, about 10 minutes until kickoff. We're going to take a quick commercial break and then be back with the starting lineup for your Dragons. This is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. CovertFord.com.
Longtime MacLeod parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net. Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. With stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good.
If you're looking for a special medical spa to bring out the beauty that's in you, come visit us at Ginger Allure Med Spa. At Ginger Allure, we treat our staff and patients like family. We're here to embrace, enhance, and showcase your natural beauty with a full range of services such as injectables, laser treatments, permanent makeup, microblading, and more. We provide free consultations for all of our services to answer any of your questions. Visit us online at gingerallure.com or give us a call at 512-709-0161. Ginger Allure Med Spa, the classic approach to a new you.
Are you looking for a little something extra to get your business noticed? At Ideal Signs, they specialize in custom signage and large format digital printing in a variety of media. Their in-house design department can work with you to create custom artwork to your specifications. They'll work with you to conceptualize, design, and produce any custom projects or idea that you might have. Call 512-930-7446 or visit signsforsports.com. Ideal Signs, family owned and operated since 1969.
The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045. Visit Maze Street Boutique in Round Rock for all your shopping needs. Whether you're looking for a special gift or that perfect outfit that everyone will love, we have you covered. Come visit us in-store or shop us online at mazestreet.com. We appreciate your business and thank you for shopping local. RJAC Pressure Washing, Epoxy and Stain, veteran owned and operated, serving Central Texas for the last 10 years. Residential and commercial services available, here for all your decorative flooring needs. Call us at 512-593-8567. That's 512-593-8567.
There's nothing quite like Central Texas high school football.
Beautiful day to play some football, boys.
Under the lights. Join IHS fans Rick Epstein and Jeff Power each week as they shine the spotlight on area high school football teams, players, and coaches.
Tuesday night, we'll be live at Bush's Chicken in Pflugerville, welcoming Panthers head coach Charles Taylor, plus Andrew Petter from the Georgetown Eagles and wide receiver Adrian Wilson of the Weiss Wolves. Tuesday nights, Under the Lights.
Tuesday nights at 8. Only on Talk 1370.
Welcome back to John Gupton Stadium for the Battle of Brushy Creek between your Round Rock Dragons visiting the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Right now we're going to take a minute to take a look at our starting lineups for the Dragons. On the offensive side of the ball, we have along the offensive line Rylan Mathis, John Driscoll, Kai Wooldridge, Foster Wood, and Luke Miller. At the wide receiver spot, we have Hayden Nath, Javante Arnold, Mark Haramuru, and Joaquin Maldonado. We have running back Reggie Hurley and quarterback Mason Cochran. For the Dragons defense, we have Justin Lee, Ian Camp, Elliot Stickler, and Asher Chang along the front line. At the linebacker position, we have Dylan Uribe and Dylan Best. And in the defensive backfield, we have Leonard Moore, Zavari Whitson, Caden Michael, Hank Apple, and Aiden Walker. Now we do have an opportunity to look at a few highlight videos in the background.
We do. We'll roll that hype video for you. Both the captains on the field just did the coin toss, Round Rock winning the coin toss, deferring to the second half, and will be defending from the right side. Those officials out there today, the officials tonight are from the Austin Football Officials Association. That's a chapter of the Texas Association of Sports Officials. Your referee is Dustin Drawhorn. Umpire is Eric Steen. Head linesman is Robbie McBride. Line judge, Steve Bentley. Back judge is David Baldwin. Field judge, Jeff Kimmel. Side judge is Van Franks. On the clock, in the box, is Steve David, and the 25-second clock being run. I take that back. I got it backwards. The clock is being run by Reed Wren, and the 25-second clock is being done by Steve David. A few things to note here as the hype video is running. For a historical basis, the series between these two schools, 10 games have been played, 5 games won by each team, Round Rock winning the last 2. And an interesting fact here, Round Rock has played in this stadium 4 times and has never lost. Not one time. They played Vista Ridge 3 times, Cedar Park once. The last time playing Cedar Park here 2 years ago, a 21-17 victory for the Round Rock Dragons. About 3 more minutes here until the actual kickoff is coming. Kmart, what do you think the keys to the game are here, pal?
More than anything, Dave, we just need to look for improved performance from both lines, a line of scrimmage for the defense and the offense. Can they control what Cedar Park is bringing at them? In the struggles the last couple of weeks, it's been situations where defenders were getting through, the offensive line wasn't able to give Mason Cochran time. We have seen some stretches where the defensive line has excelled, and that's actually sort of what made the last week's contest with San Antonio Reagan more competitive. So battle of the trenches tonight. Can they do the same here and continue improving?
I think you're absolutely right. Looking at things on the field here, folks, I mean, Cedar Park, a terrific program. They're 1-1, so they got the one victory over Cedar Ridge, which historically obviously is a good program for Round Rock ISD, but Cedar Park laid it on them pretty hard in that first game of the season. So we're not really sure what to expect here because Vandergrift really took it to Cedar Park in the second week. We do know this much. Cedar Park is a 5A team, so it's a smaller program, but a well-coached and well-run program. And looking down on the field, when you look at the linemen that are out there for Round Rock and the linemen that are out there for Cedar Park, there looks to be a size differential, more so than what we've seen in the last couple of weeks. So I do feel like that there's going to be something of a difference here, and it may be an opportunity where Round Rock can get a little bit more control in the trenches, which is way they like to run the game. They like to run the ball, and they like to defend hard from the line. So I do think that's a key to the game here is how that line plays for Round Rock and having some early success also. Even after last week when they got ahead for the first time all season, when they got ahead of Reagan by a point and it generated so much excitement, they need to have some positive momentum early in this ballgame.
Oh, yeah. They definitely don't want to fall behind early and have to claw back in. Let's absolutely keep building on that momentum, get an early lead if they can, and play from the front. And actually, any team doesn't like to play from behind. Put the pressure on the Timberwolves and see what they can do. You
got to do it. And, we talked about a few keys to the game. Again, Aiden Arp at quarterback certainly has had a very good season so far. He's 38 of 63 for a little bit over 400 yards passing, but he's also rushed for 80 yards in 2 games, and he has a couple of touchdowns. He has 1 interception. It looks like Trey Hill is the running back that Coach Moore was talking about, the sophomore, number 21. He's rushed for 95 yards on the season, so, about 50 each game. But it is a trio of receivers. It's number 13, 15, and 88. That's Chapa, Suber, and Pesci. And, yes, his name is Joshua Pesci, but it's hard not to call him Joe Pesci on this thing. We feel like containing those 3 young men who have had kind of an equal distribution of passes, they're definitely going to try and throw it around and see if they can spread it out. Well, about 15 seconds here left on the pregame clock, but it looks like they've brought the teams out and kickoff is ready. You're not going to have much of a stadium mic tonight, but we'll bring you the excitement here anyway, Dragon Nation. Sit back and relax, enjoy the game. And it's football time in Texas. Gibson Grazier back to do the kick duties, the junior for Round Rock. And we're underway. Ball kicked deep, well into the end zone for a touchback. And it'll be first down and 10 for Cedar Park.
And some spirited blocking there out on the field between the kick coverage team and the Cedar Park return team. Just a few guys getting after it early.
Indeed, indeed. And play clock now in motion. A little bit of a delay by the referee getting things set up. It's twin receivers both sides. And Trey Hill offset to the left side of Aiden Arp. Arp handing the ball off up the middle and a gain of about 3 yards to the 28. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Just a quick little run up the middle to see what the Dragons might be willing to surrender. That play, not that much.
Not a whole bunch. Going a little tempo and a 2-back set. Full protect in the backfield. Ball is handed off again, coming up the wide side, all the way out to about the 35, 36-yard line. And getting a first down for Trey Hill.
And that was just a simple little run. Just get out as fast as you can to the outside, and there was so much space. Dragons were back for passer coverage, and they weren't able to stop him quickly. Easy first down.
Aiden Arp getting pressure up the middle, decides to tuck and run up the middle and gets the ball out right to the 40-yard line, a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
But that was really good containment by the Dragons. They got pressure upfield. Arp decided he couldn't deliver the ball, so he tuck and ran, and the Dragons were there to stop him.
Timberwolves definitely trying to go tempo on everything here. Arp keeping the ball, throwing it out wide right and in the flat, getting downfield all the way inside the 30, 40, 20 to the end zone. That's a touchdown, number 88 to Pesci.
Well, Mr. Pesci took care of business. There was a really nice block on the near sideline with the wide receiver out here blocking to the inside and opening up that lane for Pesci to run all the way down the sideline.
Yeah, I didn't think he would break it down that fast, but my gosh, he's got good speed. It's just a busted play and a good seal block there on the edge right about midfield. Breaking open the touchdown for the Timberwolves, the extra point to come. Kick is up and good. 10:42 remaining in the opening period. Your score is Cedar Park 7, Round Rock 0. Not the way we wanted to see this ball game start.
I was thinking exactly the same thing, and more specifically, that's not what the coaching staff wants to see, giving up a big touchdown a minute and a half into the game.
Well, you know, we talk about early success. This offense is going to have to get out here and get something going. I mean, Cedar Park had some good runs and then obviously has a good wide open pass and gets a big burst on that play and big speed into the end zone pretty much untouched.
I believe he was untouched. He might have caught an arm or a fingernail as he was running down the sideline. It was well executed by the Timberwolves there. Arp to Pesci. Dragons just need to come out here after the kickoff and bounce back.
That drive was 4 plays, 75 yards by the Timberwolves.
Kicker is Andrew Jagari, I believe, senior.
Andrew Moyer and Reggie Hurley deep for the Dragons.
Reggie Hurley and Moore to deep receive the ball is just a bit of a punch kick, a fair catch called right at about the 27-yard line for the Dragons. And that was taken by the Moose. It'll be first down for the Dragons.
The Moose. Last week he got his first high school touchdown.
Yes, he did.
And let's see what Coach Tenney and the offense have dreamt up and planned for this week's offensive entertainment.
So running a 3-4 defense are the Timberwolves. Round Rock setting up on this first series. 2 receivers split wide right. And Moose Garlington in the backfield. Flush out of the pocket is Cochran rolling out to the right side and getting upfield out to the 34-yard line, I think is where they're going to mark it. So gain of about 7. It should be about 2nd and 3.
Nice way to get his feet wet there. Nice, easy gainer around the side. We talked earlier about how Dragons really run their entire offense through Mason Cochran, so let's get him going early.
So with the mark 2nd and 4, twin receivers to the left side. Run up the middle, but not much doing there. Stopped pretty well at the line of scrimmage, perhaps marked at the 35, and it will be 3rd and about 3.
Moose Garlington, the ball carrier. Caleb Castro. Isaiah King, the stop for the Black.
Moose Garlington on the carry.
Empty back set. This is one that sometimes Cochran will run from, so it's trips to the left. Ball is snapped, looking out to the left, and now rolling out to the left is Cochran, looking to see if he can get something, but he's not going to quite get enough. Marked at about the 36-yard line. It will be 4th down for the Dragons.
Looked like there was a little bit of a grasp of the face mask for Cochran, but the officials chose not to call it.
And so a 3 and out, so a tough start for the Dragons here, 9:10 remaining in the opening period. Cockerham back to perform the punt duties. A little bit of a low snap, but gets it away. A high wobbler and a fair catch called by Cedar Park right at the 35-yard line, where the Timberwolves will take over for their 2nd series.
So let's see what the Dragon defense has to offer here for the 2nd go-round. They actually got nice pressure those first couple of plays. We're not able to bottle up that receiver.
Truly just a busted play. It's the only way I can look at it, in a well-designed play by the Cedar Park offense to get the seal block on the perimeter and break it open for the big touchdown. So twin receivers both sides. Arp in at quarterback, and Hill offset to the left. Ball snapped, looking for the pass, throwing in the slot, hit in the backfield, and no gain. It's right at the 35-yard line.
Good coverage by the defense for the up man to slow down the receiver while the rest of the guys caught up and tackled him.
Got to get him behind the chains, no question about it. 2nd down now, twin receivers to the left side and a little bit of a more max protect on the left. Hill offset to the left. Arp looking out to the left, not seeing what he wants. Good pressure coming from Round Rock, and Arp throws the ball away under pressure. A flag out in the backfield about at the 50-yard line. I'm afraid this is going to be a hold on Round Rock.
That would be a very good guess.
Couldn't very well be pass interference because the pass was nowhere near the receiver. Officials huddled up. Decision to be made. A hold is called on Round Rock. That'll be a 10-yard march off, and you just cannot have those kinds of mistakes that extend a series and put you behind the 8-ball. And the bottom line is, I don't think that grasp or whatever it was, I don't think it even mattered to the play because they already had the quarterback on the run. It's just a mental mistake that you can't make. So a 10-yard march off up to the 46-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves. Run to about the 50-yard line, a gain of about 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And stopped by the entire front 7 of the Dragons defense.
Twin receivers to the left side. He'll offset to the right now of quarterback Arp. The ball's handed off up the middle, and nice pursuit on the play. Perhaps a gain of 1 yard. Looks like that tackle was made by Justin Lee. It'll be 3rd and 5.
And, it was Justin Lee, and last week he had a monster game against Reagan, credited with 19 tackles.
This is a big early play here in the ball game. 7 minutes remaining here in the opening period. Twin receivers to the left side. He'll offset to the right. Arp looking off to the left. Good pressure coming from Rawk, and now Arp scrambling around, trying to get the first down, but he doesn't. He's short, marked at the 47-yard line. It will be 4th down and about 3, and it's decision time for Cedar Park. And I'm not going to be shocked if they try to go for it, or at least try to go cadence here. But if they don't pick it up, they're going to give Rawk terrific field position. So Twin receivers right side. Arp setting up deep. It may be a quick kick punt. And it is landing at the 15 and checking up nicely for the Timberwolves, exactly what they wanted, as the ball just rolls down to about the 3-yard line. And Rawk will be in a big hole, but getting the stop on the series, it'll be 1st down for the Dragons.
And that was a very nice kick by Arp to pin the Dragons down inside the 5. Couldn't get much better than that.
Oh, you can't. And smartly done. It's kind of the same way that Mason Cochran does it. Will stay in there and then just backs up and gets a little quick kickoff. Get the right bounce. And it ends up being a nice 40-yard punt.
So here comes the Black Rain defense for the Timberwolves. The last time we saw the Black Rain, there was a lot of holes in the clouds.
Indeed. Handoff up the middle. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Definitely no place for Hurley to go on that one.
First man to him was Grayson Alec. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Coach Tinney definitely is going to have to pull one out of the bag of tricks right here to try to get them out of the hole deep in this possession, see if they can get a 1st down or 2 and get a little momentum. Trip receivers to the left side. Hurley offset to the right. Cochran looking to the sideline for the play call. 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. Now 5 seconds on the play clock. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and 0. And a flag is thrown deep. I actually thought they got the snap off before the delay of game, but the back official not seeing it that way, so it's going to be half the distance to the goal, marking the ball at about the 1.5-yard line, making it now 2nd and 12.
Yeah, a little mental mistake there. I know Cochran should have been able to see the clock from the other end of the field. Just a little late getting the snap.
So Twin receivers again, left side, I formation. And now Hurley offset to the right. Low snap, Cochran looking deep and throwing deep over the middle. And ball is intercepted, was intended for Javante Arnold. Intercepted at about the 34-yard line and run back to the 30. Flag on the field.
Cody Manning for the Timberwolves had the interception.
There is a flag on the field, and the referee has his hat off also, so I'm not sure exactly what this is all about. We'll wait on the call, but Javante had opened up, but Cochran just could not get quite enough on the ball to get it to him and was undercut by the defensive back. I'm not sure what's happening here. It looks like the offense may be trotting back out on the field. Umpire, referee, both at the goal line discussing what to do. The back judge also. And again, I think they may be trying to make a determination here of when the foul occurred, whether it was pre or post possession, no idea.
Well, the Round Rock players have moved up about 10 yards forward in anticipation of approximately that distance on the penalty.
Hard to say. Hard to say exactly what this is all about. It is actually the defense is out on the field at this point.
Oh, you're right.
But the team has obviously been shooed away from the officials, and this is really kind of bizarre. There have been a couple of moments here early in the game where the officials have taken quite a bit of time signaling a play in motion. You know, there's a flag at the line of scrimmage, and then there's a flag in the end zone. So the official threw the flag in the end zone and also threw his hat. Typically, throwing of a hat means a player's not eligible. They've gone out of bounds, but that would not be something that you would expect a referee to be throwing.
I believe they can also throw their hat if they see a second foul and they just need something else to throw.
Could be. Could be. Oh, defense is coming off the field for the Dragons, or at least meeting back up with the coaches, so we'll sit there and see what the official signals here. It's a personal foul, blow to the head on the defense. That's declined. Personal foul also on the defense, so a second personal foul. It'll be first down for Round Rock.
Interesting.
After the play, a dead ball unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is called. He did not motion to who it was against. And we can't hear him on the public address system here. Again, some of the audio in this stadium is a little bit limited on what we can do, but we'll try to describe it as best we can to you. So clearly Round Rock is going to get a mark off of at least 15 yards, and if there truly was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that was on Cedar Park, they're going to get 30 yards on this. So it remains to be seen. They have not marked off any of the yardage yet at this point. Again, shockingly long here for them to kind of make a determination. Hell, we'll put up the text line. Why don't we, folks? It's 512-843-5205. We would love to hear from you. Do text in who your favorite players are, who you are, where you're doing your shout-out from. Again, we would love to hear from you and get those shout-outs to your favorite players, band member, Dragonette, cheerleader, you name it. So the ball marked off to the 20 or to the 16-yard line, and then that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Round Rock gets marked back half the distance to the goal. I'm wondering if that unsportsmanlike conduct may have been a retaliation, if you will, so to speak, based on the personal fouls, the two personal fouls that happened on the play. Regardless, no interception, 1st and 10 for the Dragons now out at the 7-yard line, so a big break there. We'll certainly take it.
Big break because, you know, they keep the ball. They also get out of the shadow of their own end zone.
Twin receivers now on the left side. Javonte Arnold in motion. Ball is handed off up the middle right side, getting out to about the 10-yard line. Perhaps the 9. It should be about 2nd and 8.
Garlington with a carry. Reed Vines with a stop for the Black Rays.
Defense is committed to not letting the Dragons run the ball.
And why not? It's exactly what you should do. Round Rock definitely loves their bread and butter to run. They're definitely going to have to get out in space to probably get some yardage here. Twin receivers again, left side. Cochran keeping the ball, rolling out to the left side, looking for some space and getting upfield to the 15 to the 20, out to the 23-yard line for a first down for your Dragons.
Bobbing, weaving, zigging, zagging. Excellent run by Cochran there.
Absolutely.
Breaking a couple of tackles.
Got a text in that says, shout out here to Isaiah Young, number 9, and Xavier Nieto, number 41 for Round Rock. First down, Twin receivers to the left side again. Ball is handed off, coming up the left side, and good run out on the perimeter, out past the 35-yard line. That's Moose Garlington. First down, Dragons.
That's right. You can't hear the crowd this week from this position, but they're all yelling Moose. Nice run for Garlington there.
So Round Rock has something going here. Ball marked at the 36, 1st and 10. Twin receivers right side, way out wide on the right side. And Twins on the left. And a quick pass by Cochran out in the flat and taken down by the Timberwolves. The ball pops out, and they say it's an incomplete pass. It will be 2nd down for the Dragons.
Missed opportunity there. There was a Dragon out there to block for him, but missed the block, and that guy, the defender, was able to make that tackle.
Yeah. Could have been disastrous. Shout out here, a shout out for Noah and the rest of the Dragon Band. We'll definitely bring you that halftime action. We may struggle with the audio, we'll see, but we'll definitely have it on the video. Again, not able to have a field mic here in this stadium. One more shout out says, go Aiden Armand, number 23, go Rock. That's from Beijing. You got to be kidding me. Grandma Achli, I believe I got that right, loves you. Thank you so much for that. First time.
Outstanding.
Twin receivers right side and flags down. It looks like a delay of game. And the coaches for Round Rock are in the box next to us, and I think they're displeased. I'll just leave it at that.
That's about as diplomatic as you can be.
Got a shout out here. So shout out Von Big Zero. You gotta like that one. And that's from Vinny in Hawaii. We got them from all over this time. Timeout on the field. It does appear Round Rock has taken the timeout. We'll give a couple more shout outs here. It says, watching my Dragons from Southern California. Go Rock. That's a shout out to my favorite Dragonette. That's Zoe Bustamante. Thank you so much for that and for the phonetics. I do appreciate it. And one more, it's a shout out to Luke Miller from Nana and Granddad in Millersville, Pennsylvania. We got people from all over the country here. Absolutely love it. We love Dragon Nation. Spreads across the country, across the world. And we're glad we can bring you the ball game here tonight. And hopefully Round Rock getting a little momentum here. 4 minutes and 8 seconds remaining here in the opening period. Play clock now in motion. Javante Arnold in motion to the middle. And ball kept by Cochran up the right side, gaining, going all the way out to the 46-yard line. They're going to mark him a yard short of the first down. It will be 3rd and 1.
Dragons are doing some nice things in this drive. It's good to see them get a little bit of momentum, string together some plays. Obviously a big break for that penalty that saved them from the interception earlier. Aside from the delay of game penalty, this has been a great drive.
Full house and nothing doing for Round Rock. They definitely tried to stack the line as much as they could, but they didn't get anywhere. In fact, may have lost half a yard back to closer to the 45-yard line. They've got to get all the way to the 47. The line just could not get anywhere with that. Decision time for the Dragons.
Let's see what the coaches choose to do here, obviously.
So keeping Cochran in and the offensive set fully in as well. Looks like Garlington in the backfield in the I formation. Ball is snapped. Cochran rolling out to the right side. Good pursuit and a pitch out and up the right sideline to the 40, to the 35. Moose Garlington, big run, first down, Dragons.
Very, very late pitch, but Garlington, with the great eyes and concentration, was able to pick it up and reel off a big gain for the Dragons.
About 20 yards on the run, first down in Timberwolf territory, and a timeout now called by Cedar Park. Got a nice instant replay up here. The Wizard, Evan Carter running the production for us, and really well designed. You sit there and you look at Cedar Park and their pursuit, and it's exactly what you would expect. They think Cochran's going to roll with it. He does, but just a perfectly timed pitch. And leaves everything wide open down the sidelines. Good blocking downfield as well. Well-designed play by Coach Tenney.
And that shows you what a good, well-designed pitch play can do to defense, because they've seen that on tape from previous weeks. That's nothing new for the Dragons. We tried it several times last week, but he just executed very well here, and Cedar Park was not able to stop it at the line.
So twin receivers now to the left, Garlington offset to the right. And again, Javante Arnold coming to the middle. Cochran keeping the ball and stumbles just a little bit. Turf Monster got him. Gains about a yard perhaps on the play.
Well, the defense absolutely smothered the running back that they faked the handoff to. Cochran obviously keeping it, but the defense wasn't let that running back do anything.
Indeed. Linebacker number 44, that's Alex Grayson, had to come off of the field. His helmet popped off during the play. So again, they mark it as no gain, 2nd and 10. Empty house backfield. And Cochran rolling with the ball, trying to get upfield, rolling out to the left. A flag comes in from the back judge, thrown near the offensive line. I think everybody knows what that probably is. But we will see after a 5-yard gain. Head coach for Cedar Park saying something to the head official. Not sure what that's all about. A hold is the call. It'll be a 10-yard mark-off, and Round Rock is now deep in a hole, 2nd and 20.
Definitely. The Dragons, they know this. We're not saying anything you as our audience knows, but they just need to go out there and try to pick up a chunk of that. Not all of it. They just see what they can get back, minimize the danger or the damage from that play.
You got to have a little momentum. Ball snapped, handoff coming up the left side. And that's the Moose getting out to about the 40-yard line. So, again, it would appear of about 4 yards, but it's going to be still third and a mile and a half here, and definitely an opportunity to draw up some magic to try and get down to the 24.
I think I was envisioning maybe a slightly larger chunk of yards to gain, but yeah.
And again here, if perhaps 5 or 6 yards, it puts you in no man's land, and they probably will try to pick it up if they can. So again, trip receivers now to the right side. Garlington offset to the right. Cochran handing the ball off to Garlington up the middle on a delayed handoff coming back up, but Cedar Park having none of it. Again, back to the line of scrimmage, it looks like, and it will be fourth down from about the 39-yard line. Offense remaining on the field, but you have to think that this is going to be a pooch kick.
Absolutely. The Dragons have demonstrated that many, many times in the past.
15 seconds remaining on the play clock. Cochran looking to the sideline. 10 seconds now, and Cochran backing up just a bit. Cedar Park sensing what's about to happen, sending someone deep to receive, but a good kick. And the ball is taken at about the 5-yard line, rolled up the middle, out to about the 24-yard line, so a good return and good special teams play. That's number 7 on the return.
And number 70, J.P. Driscoll on the tackle for the Dragons.
Garrison Cockrell was the return man, so smartly played. The ball perhaps going into the end zone, even if they didn't send somebody back. So, starting field position now, I believe, 24-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves. 49 seconds remaining in the opening period. Trip receivers to the left side. Arp and Hill in the backfield. Arp with a quick pass out to the right side to Hill. Stopped for no gain. It will be second down.
Dragons absolutely sniffed that play out. They could feel it coming and held Hill for no gain.
Game clock and play clock almost exactly the same at 30 seconds, so at least one more play to be run here in the first quarter. Twin receivers to the right side of full house backfield. Arp on a delayed handoff up the right side to Hill and getting out to the perimeter to about the 30-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Marked right at the 30-yard line, so it will be third down. Appears to be 4 yards to go. 2 seconds remaining on the game clock.
I believe that was Dylan Uribe on the tackle for the Dragons.
So one more play here in the opening quarter. A big third down here for the Dragons to try to get the stop. Similar formation, twin receivers to the right side in a full house backfield for max protect. Ball is snapped. Arp rolling out to the side, trying to get upfield, and he does. Gets out to the 36-yard line. Marked at the 35, just enough for the first down. Cedar Park will start the second quarter, 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Your score is the Cedar Park Timberwolves 7, Round Rock 0. This is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. CovertFord.com.
Second quarter just about to get underway here at Gupton Stadium. A few more shout-outs. One more here is a shout-out to Xavier Smito. That's a JV player on Maroon. Go Rock. And then one more shout-out here to the Round Rock kickers, Kai, Gibson, and Braden. Thank you for that. But we'll get that text line up for you guys again in just a little bit.
Bush's Chicken is a proud...
Sorry about the technical difficulty there, folks. Happens sometimes. Text line is up 512-843-5205. Do text in. Love to hear from you. Twin receivers to the right side now. And a quick pass out on the slant, caught in the backfield, and Rawk having none of it. Getting back only to, looks like about the 34-yard line, so a loss of about a 1.5 or 2 yards. It'll be second down.
For the most part, aside for that one big pass play early in the game, the Dragons defense has played really well here.
Been a totally even match, no question. And those are the moments. You got to contain them. You cannot get those big bursts. Twin receivers both sides, high and tight. Good pressure coming, but then now breaking out from the backfield is Arp getting upfield all the way to midfield into Dragon territory. Nobody there to contain him. A pickup of about 20 yards, and it'll be first down in Dragon territory.
They heard me saying nice things about him, and they changed their attitude. Actually, the defensive front there was a nice hole there. The linebackers weren't there to plug the hole, and it was a big gain.
ISO receiver way out here on the left side. Arp looking and then rolling up the middle, trying to get a pass off and taken down in the backfield. That's a sack by the Dragons of about 5 yards.
Jacob Medina, the big defensive lineman on the tackle, bringing down Arp.
Twin receivers out here on the left side perimeter. And an ISO receiver on the right. Hill offset to the right of Arp. Arp looking out here to the left side, trying to find what he wants, and wide open receiver over the middle, a busted coverage for the Dragons. Big play by the Timberwolves all the way down to the 22-yard line. It will be first down.
And that was fairly surgical by the Timberwolves. Well-designed play, just tossed it out to the man who had found a open spot in the backfield and made him pay.
Timberwolves going tempo, twin receivers to the right side, and now a run up the middle. Not much to gain there. To the 21-yard line, it will be second down and 8.
Trey Hill for 2 yards, second down.
So we're seeing, fits and starts from this Dragons defense. They're having some good plays, having a couple of allowing a couple of big ones for the Timberwolves.
Big moment in the game right here. You don't want to get down 2 scores if you can avoid it. Twin receivers to the right side in a full house backfield. Arp keeping the ball up the middle, churning his way to about the 20-yard line, so a gain of 2 more, or perhaps another yard, so it is going to be third down and 7. Line to gain is the 13-yard line.
And Arp did a really good job of making the first man miss. Was able to pick up a couple of yards pretty easily, just stretching out after that first missed tackle.
Don't know a whole lot about the Cedar Park special teams, so I don't know if this is field goal territory or not, or if it's 4-down territory. Arp looking, rolling out to the side, and now deciding he's going to run with the ball, getting out to the perimeter, but gets all the way inside the 13 where he needed to the 10. It's a first down after a 10-yard gain.
Dragon defender just didn't have a good enough angle to stop him before he was able to pick up the first down.
10-yard gain for Aiden Hart to the 10-yard line.
Kind of plays that'll just kill you. And a little bit of a timeout here on the field for one Round Rock player. Looks like Zavari Whitson just taking a knee at this point. Trainers coming out and taking a look and seeing if they can help him out, help him up off the field. A few more shout-outs here. Got a shout-out to number 3. That's Andrew Moyer for the football team. Thank you for that. Noah Burgess, awesome number 13. Rooting for you from the cheap seats. I love that. He definitely got the cheap seats. Then one more shout-out. Here's a shout-out to Trey Hurley. Dragon Band Trumpet, that's from Papa and Grandma Carolyn from Lake Conroe, Texas. Thank you for the shout-out. We appreciate that very much. Whitson is up and walking on his own. Looks like he's going to be okay and in good shape. Glad to see that. 9 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in the half. And Round Rock definitely needs something here. Ball marked at the 9, so it'll be first and goal.
If I were the Timberwolves, I'd go right at whoever's come in to replace Whitson.
Oh, yeah. And let's be honest, we talked about this before the game. Arp definitely is a good runner from the quarterback position, and he's used that keenly to his advantage and has definitely helped extend this series in doing that. So now the play clock rolling, and Arp rolling with the ball out here to the left side and got max protect and gets into the end zone for the Timberwolf touchdown.
And that was an excellent run. He just made that look easy. There was a big enough hole. I mean, it took skill that I don't have. But he ran it well. Nice touchdown for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, it was too easy. I mean, really, when it comes down to it, they were able to. He looked for his slot where he needed to be, and he was in the end zone before he even knew it. Extra point to come. Ball's down. Kick is up. And through the uprights, 8:54 remaining in the first half. And Round Rock is down 14-0 to the Timberwolves. One more shout out here. And ironically, it's for Zavari Whitson. That says, I love you, keep eating. That's Love Mama and Jay. And Zavari looks like he's just fine over on the sidelines. So we're glad to see that and hope to see him back out on the field soon. Although I'd rather not see the defense out there for a while.
So they're on that kick coverage team, the defenders, actually, Leonard Moore got really close coming around the end to possibly tipping that ball. That's the second time he's gotten around the end on a place kick. Earlier was on another extra point. So let's keep an eye on that, see if maybe they can make some magic happen later in the game.
Well, it will be critically important here for the Dragons to get a drive going and get into the end zone on this series to get themselves down by 7, hopefully, here going into the half. It's a key moment here in the ball game. Cedar Park looking fully prepared for this ball game and has obviously had a very good first half. And essentially playing mistake-free ball, except for that one personal foul penalty that caused them not to have the turnover. They played terrifically well.
Yeah, it's been excellent outing so far for Timberwolves, a little more than a quarter. And so far the Dragons have slowed them down a little bit, but not where it counts. The points are going up on the scoreboard, and the Dragons have not been able to answer yet.
Moore and Hurley back to deep receive around the 10-yard line. Cedar Park has done these little punch kicks a couple times, and it's a nice deep kick this time. And the ball will skitter through the end zone. Touchback, 1st and 10 for the Dragons at the 25.
Skitter, that's a good word.
Yeah, you know, I've been working on my vocabulary. Definitely time to try to get some Dragon momentum right here. Got to eliminate some of the mistakes that happened there again in the first couple of possessions. So Hurley in at running back, now offset to the left side of Mason Cochran, and twin receivers to the left. Cochran throwing the ball out into the left flat, but taken down after a very short gain, perhaps to the 28-yard line. It should be 2nd down and 7.
And another missed block by that's something the team probably ought to work on a little bit more in practice. Wide receiver blocks, they've had really good success with that in past years. It has not been working out so much this year, certainly not tonight, where the receivers are not giving the enough room on their blocks.
There's Maldonado on the reception, so 2nd down and 7. Cochran handing the ball off up the middle right and nothing doing. Cedar Park just not allowing anything to happen in the middle, and they're clogging up every hole and doing a terrific job of it. That tackle by number 8, and that's McDaniel, senior defensive back, and it will be 3rd down and long.
Yeah, aside from a couple of runs from Cochran and 1 or 2 from Garlington, and those have pretty much all been sweeps outside. The black rain has not allowed much to happen.
Not going to be surprised that black rain comes with a lot of pressure on this play. So a big 3rd down here for Round Rock, trying to get something. Cochran looking, great pressure coming, throwing the ball up the field, but short hops it out at about the 38-yard line. It's incomplete, and Round Rock's going to have to punt the ball.
Just not able to connect on that pass. Looks like it was intended for Javante Arnold, and the Dragons are going to have to punt.
Tough Football here for the Dragons. In a tough situation, and Cedar Park probably smelling blood in the water. Up 14-0, 7:40 remaining here in the first half. Good snap. Good pressure coming from Cedar Park. The kick is away. It's high at about the 30-yard line and having to stab at the ball, but getting it right at the 40.
Yeah, there's not much wind.
Yep. And there's a flag down on the play. There's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct called on Cedar Park, and it should be. It was a good job by the umpire, I think, throwing that ball. Just absolutely an unsportsmanlike play there, so it's going to get marked back to the 25, so a bit of a break for Round Rock. Cedar Park fans are booing right here, and I mean, look, what do you expect? I mean, that's what fans do. They don't like that kind of stuff, but objectively watching this thing, it's an easy call to make. There's no question that was unsportsmanlike conduct, and just not the way you should be conducting yourself. You got a team down by 15, or by 14 rather. You really don't need to do that type of stuff. You've got this game going your way. So a mistake and a coachable moment for Cedar Park, but that ball again being marked back to the 25-yard line.
Definitely for the Timberwolves, don't want to give back yards here for after the punt. And the Dragons are going to obviously have a little bit more help. The defense have a little bit help from there with a penalty and push the Timberwolves back. But so far, Timberwolves haven't really been too worried about their starting field position. They've been able to pretty well go where they want to go.
Well, and Aiden Arp is definitely the cog that makes the machine run. So Arp looking out here in a short flat and gets a pass out to the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Caught by number 88, which I believe is Pesci.
It is Pesci. 2nd down, and give Arp credit, man. He knew exactly where he was throwing that ball. It was a quick read, quick pass. 2nd and 5. Full house backfield. Ball is handed off up the middle, and a good gainer by Cedar Park. 5-6 yards, and it'll be 1st down for Timberwolves at the 36.
Aiden Walker and Cole Dodds in on the tackle there, but not until they'd already gained the 1st down.
Twin receivers right side. Arp handing the ball off up the middle, and good stop by Round Rock after a gain of about 1 to the 37. It'll be 2nd down. Twin receivers to the right side. Arp looking up the left side. ISO receiver throwing the ball deep in isolation, but ball well overthrown. And it'll be 3rd down and 9.
A lot of pushing and shoving on that route. Equally, both guys. And the officials chose to let them play.
That ball intended for number 15. Blake Suber. So a big 3rd down here, and you got to think Aiden Arp might be the factor. He's going to try and run the ball. Arp in the pocket, looking over the middle, and rolls and breaks through the pocket and throws the ball wide open out on the right side flat. And Round Rock gets a stop, but are they going to mark it enough for the 1st down? Marked at the 45-yard line. And now at the 46. Wasn't quite seeing it that deep, to be honest with you, but they are saying it's a 1st down. And again, just a busted 3rd down by the Round Rock defense, not getting it stopped on 3rd and 9.
Well, there was just so much green space around the receiver. And I think the Dragons defense did a pretty good job of closing on him, but it was too much room. He was able to get the 1st down.
Arp handing the ball off to Hill, coming up the middle to the left side and stopped for about a 3-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 13.
And good effort by Christian Burton, the linebacker, was able to get through the line of scrimmage and was the first man there to get a hand on the running back and hold on to him while the rest of the defense got there to bring him down.
Clock just under 6 minutes remaining here in the opening half. So twin receivers both sides, and now Hill offset to the left of Arp. Arp looking up the left side, throwing into the flat, and it's completed right about the 50-yard line, and Dragons not getting the receiver down, but take him down after a few busted tackles to the 49, and it will now be 3rd down and just about 5.
Cole Dodds was the first man there, and you know, you're right. They didn't get him down right away, but they were able to keep him from making a big gain until the rest of the defensive backfield could gather around him and gain tackle.
Trip receivers to the right side. Hill offset to the right. Arp handing the ball off to Hill, and he gets about a yard. It'll be 4th down at the 48-yard line. 4th and 4, and you have to think Cedar Park will punt it here. No reason to do anything foolish and give Round Rock the ball at midfield with about 4 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
And, by the way, another nice tackle by Christian Burton. So a couple of nice ones on this drive for Burton.
Moore back deep to receive the punt. 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. Good snap and a good kick high. And Moore waving everybody off. Ball bouncing at about the 20-yard line and then back upfield to about the 25. We'll see where the side judge marks it. And he does at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for Round Rock. So a good defensive series. And we'll see if Round Rock can turn it into points.
Yeah, they definitely have an opportunity here with 4 minutes left to make something happen. Let's see if offensive coaching staff can dial up something a little new.
Well, you know, Cedar Park gets credit. They've clogged up the middle so completely. Round Rock is going to have to find things to get quickly out into the flat. So twin receivers to the strong side on the left in a full house backfield. Cochran calling for the ball. Quick pass over the middle and a nicely thrown pass out to the 40-yard line. That's Javante Arnold and a 1st down for the Dragons.
And he was wide open. They did a great job getting open. The Cedar Park defense sold out to put pressure up the middle, and there was a nice open spot in the middle of the field where Javante Arnold was able to catch the ball in stride.
Twins again to the left side. Cochran rolls out to the right, looking downfield and throwing a good ball, but nicely covered. That's number 7 for Cedar Park, Cockrell, who intercepted the ball that was taken away from Cedar Park. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Pass intended for number 19, Ian Sellers. So just a little bit of an ill-advised late pass, and like you said, the defender was right there. So second time he's had eyes on the ball, not quite able to haul that one in.
And good pursuit, no question about that. Twin receivers both sides now. Hurley in the backfield. Ball going to Hurley on a little bit of a zone read type play, but got gobbled up right in the middle after a yard gain to the 43. And it will be 3rd down and 9, clock rolling at 3 minutes, 40 seconds.
Staff is still trying that inside run. I think they're probably going to have to stretch this defense out a little bit more before they go back to that.
20 seconds remaining on the play clock. Same formation as last time. Twin receivers to the left and Hurley in the eye in the backfield. Now Arnold coming to the middle. Ball is kept by Cochran, thrown into the flat, but just not enough there. Again, out to about the 46-yard line. Ball complete to number 9. That's Isaiah Young, and it will be 4th down for the Dragons. They're going to have to punt.
Yeah, it's really a shame they weren't able to put anything together there. Only a minute and 6 seconds run off the clock on those 3 plays. So now they're giving the ball back over to Cedar Park with a lot of time on the clock to do something else with here in this first half.
Cedar Park has just been terrific on defense, shutting everything down. And again, that middle third of the field, there's just nothing going for the Dragons. There's nothing there.
They're going to have to be more intentional about getting outside.
Flag thrown. It's a delay of game on Round Rock. Their 3rd one of the first half.
And that will drive the coaching staff absolutely bananas. The self-inflicted stuff is what kills you.
So again, Granger in to do the kicking duties. Back to deep receive, number 22. That's Nichols. Good snap. Kick is away. It's high. It's a floater. And it bounces at the 48 and comes back to the 40-yard line. You'll never see that, folks. That's a negative 3-yard kick.
That's just really a wobbler of a kick. And then there's a lot of pressure on the punter, the defender right in his face. and he just was not able to get a good kick away. And with the backward roll, just unbelievable field position for the Cedar Park Timberwolves.
Crazy.
On this drive.
Just indicative of the night a little bit here. Feels a little bit snake bitten, but we'll see if the Dragons can rise up here and get a stop after they certainly would have hoped to get a kick downfield. Goodness gracious. Just a tough break.
Let's see how aggressive the defense chooses to be here to try to make something happen or disrupt this offense.
Cedar Park in a full house backfield, twin receivers to the right side. Ball's handed off to Hill up the middle, stopped right at the line, but breaking out of tackles. Out of 2 tackles right at the line and getting down to about the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, those first 2 defenders for the Dragons got arms on him, but were not able to bring him down. And he was, nice gain of 4 yards, keeping those feet moving until another defender could bring him down.
Clock rolling, just over 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in the half. Arp rolling out to the left side now, getting ready to throw backfield. It shakes out of a tackle, then throws the ball upfield, gets it past the line of scrimmage. It will not be intentional grounding. There was nobody in the area. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
Fantastic initial pressure from number 92, Jacob Medina, but he was not able to wrap him up, and Arp got away for, was able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Twin receivers both sides, and Hill offset to the right now. Hill rolling out in the right flat. Arp looking to see if he can get a run, and the ball is out. It's a fumble, and Rawk is going to run the ball there to the 40. Pursuit coming behind to the 20, to the 15, inside the 10-yard line. What a break for the Dragons. Looking for that ball, trying to pop it out. One of the receivers coming back up the field, and now Rawk has 1st and goal with exactly 2 minutes remaining here in the first half.
I'm not positive, but I believe that was Medina to scoop up that ball on the big run. And what an amazing turnaround there for the defensive line to pop that ball loose and then to have it bounce right into the defender's hands. Again, I think that was Medina. And then the big long run for the big guy. What an amazing play for the Dragons defense.
Arp trying to do a little bit too much there and got taken. So 1st and goal from the 7. Rawk desperately needing to get some points on the board here to try and make themselves feel pretty good going into the half, and a big, big break. Chain gang getting down the field, needing to set up. And actually, they don't need to do that. Cochran taking the ball and taken in the backfield. My goodness gracious, that ball was given to Leonard Moore. They stopped him for, it looks like, about a 5-yard loss back to the 13-yard line. It will be 2nd down and goal.
That's really fascinating. The Dragons have not really run many plays that end around a sort of play, and obviously Moore in on offense here was not able to make anything happen there because the defenders sniffed it out. They were not fooled at all.
They're just getting too much penetration here. It's almost like they're reading the plays, to be perfectly honest with you. So Moore still in, and now set up on the left side at a receiver set. Full house backfield again, and dual receivers to the right side. Garlington in the backfield. Cochran looking, and pressured, and throwing the ball well into the end zone. But will it be grounding? And I'm not going to be shocked if they do throw it. Referee reaching into his back pocket.
Cochran was a little slow to get up there after the play. He's
No, there you go. Referee says there is no foul for intentional grounding. It was close to me. There must have been a receiver in the flat, and the ball flew over his head. So now 3rd down and goal from the 12. And Cedar Park is just absolutely peeling it back and bringing everything and all the pressure they possibly can. We'll see if Coach Tenney can pull some magic out here again. Full house backfield. Ball is snapped. Cochran looking, not finding what he wants. Rolling out here to the right side, throwing into the end zone, and it's caught for a Dragon touchdown.
Late throw by Cochran, but he was able to deliver it to Leonard Moore.
Leonard Moore.
So we've seen him line up on offense a little bit already this season, but this is the first time he's had a reception and a touchdown. So it's good to hear Leonard's name called out a little bit more this year.
I guarantee you, folks, I wouldn't have believed it, saying that the opportunity for Round Rock to get within one score here with 1 minute remaining here in the half, but they do have that chance. Kai Haruki out on the field to attempt the extra point. It's up, it's through. Your score now, Cedar Park 14, Round Rock 7, and sometimes magic just happens in ball games. We've got a replay here for you. And this is the fumble that happened. ARP rolling out on the right side and just perfectly taken and a quick bounce. I'm not sure if I have it quite right. I can't tell if that's number 92. It looks like it is number 92 on the return. What a big play for the Dragons to break some momentum back their direction, and we'll certainly take it. We're going to give credit anyway to Jacob Medina, defensive lineman, because I think that's who it was, and a good job protecting the ball, getting down there. And, you know, all credit to Leonard Moore and to Mason Cochran. My gosh, I mean, I thought that they were dead in the water right there and not going to be able to get in the end zone, and they do on a terrific pass by Mason. 14-7 your score.
Yeah, I was afraid that Cochran held the ball just a little bit too long. There was good pressure there as he was running out to the side, but he threw back across his body, and Moore was there to haul the ball in for a great touchdown for the Dragons and a little bit of a momentum swing right before halftime.
Well, I thought we were looking at 21-0. Now we're looking at 14-7. Haruki with the kick. Deep to the end zone. Taken by Cedar Park. Touchback. First down and 10 from the 25.
Well, all righty then.
Football's a strange game, pal.
It is definitely that. That's why we keep watching. Never really know what's going to happen.
Halftime festivities coming up in just a moment. We'll definitely show you the Dragon Band and Dragonettes and the Cedar Park Band as well. And we'll see how loud they are and see if they can blow through these windows of this press box. We hope they can. Bringing you all of the pageantry of Thursday Night Lights.
Speaking of Thursday Night Lights, we can see the lights over at Kelly Reeves Athletic Center. Just a few miles away from here.
Twin receivers both sides, stack on the right. ARP looking out into the flat, throws the ball short and flat. But at about the 29-yard line, it will be second down and 6 for the Timberwolves. Clock rolling at 48 seconds. Trip receivers to the right side. ARP rolling out to the right, looking and looking, seeing if he can find something, and then trying to slip through to get some yardage. He's up and past the line of scrimmage, it looked like, and a flag is thrown. Ball incomplete. And we'll see what the officials have to say right here. 35 seconds remaining here.
Yeah, this will be an interesting call. Definitely don't think it was grounding or anything like that.
Confident he was past the line of scrimmage. Penalty flag thrown just after he threw the ball. We'll see if it's an illegal forward pass. Referee coming to the Cedar Park sideline. Don't think I like the look of that. But talking to the side judge here. So clearly the penalty must be on Round Rock. I must have missed something. And again, a second episode here where the officials have been a little delayed in calling what's going on. Well, so it's a legal forward pass.
Yeah, why would they need to come talk to the officials?
Yeah, I don't know why they're... Yeah, they're saying by rule, I think it's a 10-second runoff here. So there you go. Okay. So we heard it well enough. You didn't. But I think he was coming over to ask the Cedar Park coaches, did they want to take a timeout to preserve the clock at 35 seconds? They said, no, we don't. But Round Rock's like, yeah, we'll go ahead and take the timeout on our side to see if we can get the ball back with a little bit of time to see if we can get any magic going. That's, I believe, the first timeout by Round Rock. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. So the ball marked back now at the 25-yard line, which was the original line of scrimmage. It'll be third down and 10 for Cedar Park.
This should be their second timeout. They took one earlier.
I agree.
To avoid, it was after a delay of game.
You know what? And they marked it on the Timberwolves. I think Round Rock took that timeout, folks. I mean, I don't know. One way or another, they charged a timeout, it looks like, to Cedar Park, which, again, I'm not sure why exactly they would do that. We'll put up the text line one more time. How about that? Right here before the half. Give you an opportunity to send a shout-out or a text, not just a football player, but, to one of the Dragon Band members or Dragonettes. 512-843-5205. We would love to hear from you. Time for Dragon Nation to rise up right here and see if the Dragons can get a big stop here. Trip receivers out here on the left side. Arpwith Hill in the backfield, looking out here to the left side, throwing the ball deep. Deep. And that ball just overthrown, incomplete. Intended for number 13. That's Chapa. 30 seconds remaining here in the half. That ball looked like it was covered by Leonard Moore.
Moore and Aiden Walker were out there in coverage. We haven't seen many teams this season throw in the direction of Leonard Moore. He's obviously one of the better defensive backs in the state, certainly in this area of the state, and he has not been tested much this season.
So again, 30 seconds remaining here. Kicker number 17, that's Shuley for Cedar Park. Good snap and pressure coming big time, but not able to get there. Ball back, it looks like, to Leonard Moore, and breaking through to the 45, out to the 50, out to the perimeter. He's to the 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, and inside the red zone. 15 seconds remaining here in the half, and Round Rock with a great opportunity to try and get some more points on the board.
This potentially, I'll just say potentially, has the opportunity for the Dragons to tie this game before halftime.
Unbelievable.
That would be absolutely astounding.
Again, football's a strange game. I can't explain it. Ball marked out at the 18-yard line, so it's 1st and 10. Dragons showing with 2 timeouts on the board. I don't know if that's right or not, but have to play smart here and definitely want to get yourself set up for at least 3 points, no matter what. So it looks like a max protect set here with both running backs in the backfield. And I take that back. Cedar Park calls timeout here. Again, with 14 seconds remaining, apparently calling their final timeout of the half, at least according to the scoreboard.
What an amazing turn of events.
Wouldn't have believed it.
If they can score here and even this up at halftime, I will say that they've really been outplayed for this first half. Just a couple of big plays have gone the Dragons' way, and wow.
It would be a very sobering moment, I think, for the Cedar Park coaches and the Cedar Park team. Got a shout out here. It says, want to give a shout out to Coach Parker. That's a wide receiver coach for Round Rock. Says, go Dragons. Thank you for that. If you text in again, let us know who you are, where you're from. We would love to know that and give you the credit for the shout out. Well, I think the coaches in the box next to us are certainly relieved with where things are right now, but work to be done, certainly, by the Dragons in the second half, and perhaps some adjustments coming to see if they can get things going their way. So twin receiver set to the right side. On the short side, full house backfield, both running backs in max protect. Cochran rolling back. No pressure really coming. And now it's coming around the right side, and he throws the ball, and it looks like they're going to let it go on the attempted throw. 7 seconds remaining here in the half.
He was outside the tackles, and he got it in the vicinity of a receiver out there. It wasn't pretty, but there was a man out there.
Oh, it was not pretty. But a good job by Mason getting that ball away. Play clock at 23 seconds here. And again, I mean, they cannot take too much time here on this play. They're going to have to get something quick to the end zone. They cannot roll around, or they're not going to get an opportunity to get a field goal attempt. So I formation, Mason Cochran looking for something, looking. Ball is snapped. Cochran looking, throwing. Throws the ball incomplete, hit as he was trying to throw, incomplete. 4 seconds remaining in the half.
Blitz by number 14, Jacob Raspberry, the junior. He's listed as a quarterback, but he's in on defense there. What a great blitz to get through the line and wrap up Cochran.
They have had their way on the line, and they've definitely blitzed the gaps very nicely on several plays in the first half. So Round Rock setting up Kai Haruki at exactly the 24-yard line. That's a 34-yard attempt from the right side hash. No timeouts for the Timberwolves. 10 seconds on the play clock. Good snap. Ball is down. Kick is up. Looks like it's good. And it is. And at the half. Oh, good. What am I missing here? Something has stopped play on the field at the moment.
Potentially a false start. I don't see a flag.
I don't think that's possible. And the coaches here are gathering up like they're getting ready to head downstairs. But I'm a little confused on what this is about. There's a flag on the play. And again, the officials just in a bizarre fashion here, taking so long with making decisions and making calls, and it's a little odd. Again, I know it's a difficult job. All respect in the world to these officials and what they do every time, but they are taking quite a bit of time making the call on the field. So they're saying it's a personal foul. Oh my gosh, unnecessary roughness. Wow. So a personal foul, and it will be enforced on the second half kickoff. And guess who receives the kickoff in the second half? It's your Round Rock Dragons, meaning that the kickoff will be coming from the 25-yard line, and Round Rock likely to get pretty good field position. Amazing end to the first half there for the Round Rock Dragons, folks. We're going to take a quick commercial break, bring you all the halftime festivities here in just a moment. This is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility, and with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. CovertFord.com.
There's nothing quite like Central Texas high school football.
Beautiful day to play some football, boys.
Under the lights. Join IHS fans Rick Epstein and Jeff Power each week as they shine the spotlight on area high school football teams, players, and coaches.
Tuesday night, we'll be live at Bush's Chicken in Pflugerville, welcoming Panthers head coach Charles Taylor, plus Andrew Petter from the Georgetown Eagles and wide receiver Adrian Wilson of the Weiss Wolves. Tuesday night, Under the Lights.
Tuesday nights at 8. Only on Talk 1370.
And again, here at halftime, Dragonettes and the Round Rock Dragon Band getting ready to take the field. Kmart, tell me what you know.
Well, Dave, we'll see if the Dragonettes are running the same halftime performance we've seen before. I didn't get fresh announcements, but I can tell you that the officers for the Dragonettes this year, they're led on the field by their president, Olivia Leedy, their vice president, Brooke Perry, and the social officers, Hope Gray and Sharon Yoon. They're led on the field by the majors, Kate Firth, Major Alan McDonald, Lieutenant Colonel Sophie Musel, and Colonel Lauren Bradley. We don't have their Dragonettes of the Week this week, but I can tell you that the team is led by the direction of Tori Loper and Stasny Hayes, with managers Ava Herbertson and Fatima Hussein. Looks like they're going to do a palm routine tonight. I do not know the music. We might be able to hear it through the PA system, so hopefully we can.
Congratulations to the Dragonette of the Week, Brinley O'Neill. Congratulations to the Spirit Girl of the Week, Daniela Moreno. And congratulations to the Officer's Choice of the Week, Caitlin Fisher. Tonight the Dragonettes will be performing a palm routine to Sucker.
And a nice performance there by the Dragonettes to Sucker. You probably heard that on the PA system. We got a little tidbit here from our friends. I believe that was Bob Brinkman that sent that over. Dragons outscored Cedar Park 10-7 in that quarter. And it's the first time the Dragons have outscored their opponent in any quarter yet this season. So hats off to the Dragons there for that big shift in momentum in the second quarter, making some magic happen, making this game competitive when it looked like it was about to get away from them. So now we'll watch the Dragon halftime, the Dragon band get ready for their performance. Nice performance by the JV band there. Thanks to the Dragon Band for everything they do here for the Dragons each week. We'll see them march off while we have a brief lull in the presentation here at halftime while we wait for the Cedar Park band to come on. We'll share with you one other local score anyway. We have the Hendrickson Hawks against the McNeil Mavericks. McNeil's leading that game. I show a halftime score of 14-10. So hats off to McNeil for a great start to their season so far.
Yeah, really, for McNeil, I mean, what a refreshing change for that program that's been, just mired in quite a series of, not having, really effective football teams. They've done pretty well so far this season. And again, hats off to that JV band out there, almost entirely freshmen, and they do such a nice job. Pretty intimidating being in front of a crowd like this. And I mean, Cedar Park, well versed in high quality band performances, a good crowd here at halftime. They don't head under the stands at halftime at all. And Cedar Park definitely going to put on a nice entertaining performance here for everybody putting on their contest show. In a couple of weeks, the Cedar Park Band and the Round Rock Band will both be competing at the Bands of America competition here in Austin, the regional competition that'll be over at Kelly Reeves. A big competition, even on a national scale, in Round Rock and Cedar Park. Both would be slated to be finalists and probably top 5 bands in that competition, which is quite a statement. The Cedar Park Band out on the field, and it looks like they've got the drill team here slated to do their performance. We'll listen in.
Nice performance there by the Cedar Park drill team. In the land of 1,000 dances, I sort of had the urge to do the mashed potato or the alligator. It might be sort of frightening up here to see that, but certainly had it going in my head anyway.
Yeah, great performance by all the groups involved. Something a little not typical here, but it looks like alongside the drill team, they have both the color guard from the band as well as their cheerleaders doing a palm routine alongside them. I can't even get it all on the camera because it's so much going on, but a really cool thing here at Cedar Park that they do, and fantastic performance.
I believe they have all of the dance team members participate in the drill team, and as part of the color guard as well. Certainly the freshman color guard members, the freshman dancers are part of the color guard of the band, so that's sort of the thing the Leander School District does, so we'll get to see them out on the field. Hey, it looks like a band's getting ready. Going to be a great performance from Cedar Park Band tonight.
All right, we'll do our best to take it back to the stadium microphone. We apologize for the degraded audio quality. The crowd mic feed here in the Gupton Stadium press box is not live, so we're doing the best we can with a speaker feed. So bear with us, and we hope you can hear what you want to hear.
Drum major,
And there we go, the Cedar Park team, Cedar Park band marching off the field. Great performance there by the Timberwolves, by the band, and they did exactly what every halftime performance needs, a soprano sax solo.
Yeah, I don't know that I was expecting a soprano sax rendition of some Coldplay tonight, but it worked. It was fun. It's a great show, and I'm sure they're going to have a terrific season.
Yeah, this is one of the best bands in the state, like Dave was saying earlier, before halftime, before the performance. So great show tonight, and I'm looking forward to great things from them in the competition season coming up here in a few weeks.
All right, well, we're going to take another commercial break real quick before the end of halftime. The teams are getting ready to come back onto the field, so we'll be right back with you. This is iHSFAN Football, presented by Covert Ford.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. CovertFord.com.
Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net.
If you're looking for a special medical spa to bring out the beauty that's in you, come visit us at Ginger Allure Med Spa. At Ginger Allure, we treat our staff and patients like family. We're here to embrace, enhance, and showcase your natural beauty with a full range of services such as injectables, laser treatments, permanent makeup, microblading, and more. We provide free consultations for all of our services to answer any of your questions. Visit us online at gingerallure.com or give us a call at 512-709-0161. Ginger Allure Med Spa, the classic approach to a new you.
Are you looking for a little something extra to get your business noticed? At Ideal Signs, they specialize in custom signage and large format digital printing in a variety of media. Their in-house design department can work with you to create custom artwork to your specifications. They'll work with you to conceptualize, design, and produce any custom projects or idea that you might have. Call 512-930-7446 or visit signsforsports.com. Ideal Signs, family owned and operated since 1969.
The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045.
Back at John Gupton Stadium here about a minute before the second half kickoff. Halftime statistics courtesy of Bob Brinkman, the official statistician for the Round Rock Dragons. For Round Rock, in the first half, 5 first downs. They had 14 rushes for 66 yards. They were 4 of 9 passing with 1 touchdown for 36 yards. 92 return yards, 1 of 6 on third down conversions. My goodness. 1 of 1 on fourth down conversions. They had 2 sacks for 11 yards. 4 punts for 22.8 yards per punt. I'm surprised it's that high after that negative punt. They had 5 penalties for 35 yards. Average starting field position was their own 43. That was aided by that starting field position at the 7-yard line. 12 minutes, 25 seconds time of possession. Cedar Park, 9 first downs, 20 rushes for 73 yards, 9 of 13 with 1 touchdown for 115 yards by ARP. They had 1 huge fumble that turned this game around for Round Rock. 3 of 7 on third down conversions, 3 punts for 33-yard average, 4 penalties for 50 yards. They started at their own 33 and 11:35 on the time of possession. For Round Rock, Mason Cochran rushing 5 times for 31 yards. Moose Garlington, 5 rushes for 39 yards. Good first half for him. Reggie Hurley, 3 rushes for 1 yard, and Leonard Moore, 1 rush for -5 in the second half is underway. Apologies for that delay, folks. Taken by Reggie Hurley up to the 25, to the 30, 35, to the 40. He's out on the perimeter to the 45, to about the 40-yard line and knocked out of bounds. Looks like it may have been the kicker, but a huge return by Round Rock, and they've got something cooking.
That was the kicker, Andrew Goyer. I heard the PA announcer for the Timberwolves say that one earlier. It looks like Gigair on our sheet, but it's pronounced Goyer. So, yeah, Hurley was able to get out to the sideline after the great return, but unfortunately he was pushed out by the kicker. Never want that to happen.
So great starting field position. Another interesting stat in the second quarter, Round Rock outscoring Cedar Park 10-7. Their first quarter out of 10 that they've outscored the opponent so far this season. Hopefully a sign of things to come. Twin receivers both sides, and Garlington deep in the backfield. Low snap, ball handed off to Garlington, coming up the right side, churning and grinding out to about the 38, 37-yard line.
Once again, the defense was just in the perfect position to make the play on that for the short gain from Garlington. They just have a knack for being in the right place at the right time.
They are very capable and very solid on defense. Again, twin receivers both sides, and now Garlington offset to the left. Arnold coming to the middle and taking the ball up the left side, getting inside the 35 to about the 34, it looks like. Though they've marked it back to the 35, a gain of 3, and it will be 3rd down and 5 from the 35. And this has got to be 4-down territory, partner.
Absolutely. I mean, the way they had some nice momentum coming out of the second half, getting the nice return. Let's see, coaches absolutely want to try to get points on this board, if anything they can on this drive.
Twins to the right, and now tight end in motion to the right. Cochran looking for something, trying to come back over the middle, but not going to get enough. Out to about the 32-yard line is where they're going to mark him, it looks like. And that's going to make a 4th down and 2. And we'll see what they draw up here.
Really impressed that Cochran was able to hold onto the ball there. It looked like he took a hard shot to the arm as he was falling. I thought for sure the ball was going to pop out, but credit to Cochran hanging on to it, and it's now 4th and 2. See what the coaches elect to do. Does look like they're going to go for it.
Little delayed on getting the play call in. It looks like 10 seconds on the play clock. And now everything lined up. Strong set to the right. Cochran calling for the ball. Handing the ball. No, he's keeping the ball up the right side, but pursuit by the Timberwolves takes Cochran down for about a 5-yard loss in the backfield. They saw exactly what was coming, and great pursuit by Cedar Park to get the turnover on downs.
They did grab Cochran up around the shoulder pads, but managed to avoid a penalty on that. But it was a good pursuit nonetheless. They stopped him behind line of scrimmage for the turnover on downs. The Dragons took a shot at it, were not able to convert.
Yeah, and honestly, looking at Cedar Park, we talked about the size difference, and I do say Round Rock is bigger, but Cedar Park is faster.
Yeah,
they're hitting those slots, and they're getting good perimeter speed and just running like their hair's on fire, and going to have to move them a little bit more quickly in the future. Snap is back, handoff up the right side, but not a whole lot gained there to the 39-yard line. A gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
And once again, the defensive line was getting pretty good penetration there, and they were able to stop the running back before he got through the line. We do see Medina out there right now, and number 90 is out there as well. That's Christian Williams.
Arp looking up the left side, not seeing what he wants, and rolling out to the left side, going out at exactly the 45-yard line. And it will be 3rd down, and it looks like about 3.
Pursued by Justin Lee there. Able to push him out of bounds before he picked up the 1st down. Arp has proven to be a dangerous runner here tonight.
He has indeed. Twins to the right now on the strong side. Arp getting pursuit and throwing the ball away after great pursuit, and a flag thrown late by the back judge on the right side. I don't know what it could possibly be. This thing was easily not catchable, and I think that they're trying to call a penalty on Round Rock for pass interference, but I promise you there is no way this ball could be caught.
If anything, Dragon defender was motioning that maybe they thought it should be on offense.
Who knows? That is an unusual call for the back judge to make, given the circumstances. I don't think there's enough there for any penalty to be called. But again, slow deliberation on the penalty call by the officials, talking it out, taking their time. There's no foul. There you go. So, I mean, again, get it right. So it will be a 4th down for Cedar Park. Good job on the 3 and out by the Dragons here after they had such terrific starting field position and gave the ball up on downs. We'll see if the Dragons can get something rolling here. Leonard Moore out deep to receive the punt, setting up at about the 22-yard line. Good snap, good penetration by the Dragons, and a short kick going out at about the 28, perhaps 29-yard line. And 29 it is. 1st and 10 for the Dragons, 9:21 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. What an interesting, gosh, man, what a weird ball game. I don't know what to tell you, folks. I wouldn't have thought this would be 14-10 right here in the 3rd quarter. The way things were going about an hour ago in this ball game, it looked like Round Rock was facing a big-time uphill battle, but here they are with the opportunity, and they can get a score. They can go ahead.
The Dragons absolutely were able to capitalize on a couple of big miscues from Cedar Park and turn them into some points. And, wow, you're right. It's totally different complexion now than it was in the midway through the 2nd quarter even.
ISO receiver high side, Cochran handing the ball off up the left side, getting out to about the 33-yard line. That's a gain of 4. It should be 2nd down and 6.
The last 2 possessions, the Dragons have had a little bit of success running on the left side of the line there. See if that's something they continue to capitalize on. It wasn't working in the first half, but it's working tonight.
And I do think,
no, go ahead.
All I was going to say is I do think quick hitting, tempo, fast, everything, quick decisions are going to be key here for Round Rock to get up the field. So full house backfield. Twin receivers to the left. And a quick pass out into the flat, and a 1st down coming for the Dragons out to the 45-yard line. That ball complete, number 11. That's Haramuru, 1st down. And going tempo, Twins again to the left. And now a handoff to the left, going to Hurley, but just as the Timberwolves have done with that black-green defense, any stretch play, they're fast enough to get you, and they'll get you behind the line.
Yeah, they have been. It's really been tough for the Dragons to get anything going. But like I said, they've had a few successes on the left side. This one was to the left as well, but had good penetration by the defense on that one.
So Hurley now offset to the right side. Twin receivers both sides. And now a rollout to the left by Mason Cochran, trying to get beyond the line of scrimmage. Referee throws a flag from about the 30 over to the left side. It's going to be a hold.
Yeah, that was a pretty lonely look for the lineman there. The official threw the flag right at his feet, and he was looking around like, me? Really?
Yeah, definitely on a wide open stage right there on the hold. Coaches right next to us, they knew what had happened.
Yeah. We don't call out players' names and numbers on penalties, neither do the officials, but there was no mistaking who the culprit was on that one.
Well, I'm sure that will be a learning opportunity next week in practice. So, marking it off, 10 yards. It was a 1-yard loss on 1st down, so now it's 2nd and 21 from the 34-yard line. Line to gain will be the 45 of Cedar Park. Just under 8 minutes remaining here in the quarter. Twin receiver set both sides, and now Hurley offset to the right. Cochran looking deep, getting pressured, throws the ball as deep as he can. Nicely thrown, and it's caught by the Dragons for a Round Rock touchdown. And who is it? Leonard Moore.
I couldn't tell if that was a 5 or a 9, but definitely Leonard Moore there. Outstanding for Cochran to step up in the pocket there, delivered a strike down the field. Clearly that's something they worked on timing just the 2 of them before, but fantastic pass play for the Dragons.
Cannot believe it. Round Rock with the lead here, 7:22 remaining in the quarter. Extra point to come. And this Cedar Park side of the stadium is stunned. at what they've seen. Hold is down, kick is up. Right through the uprights by Kai Haruki. Your new score is Round Rock 17. The Timberwolves 14. We'll roll this replay right here. Again, you can see Leonard Moore setting up here on the low side, right on the hash line, behind the line of scrimmage. He'll fall out of our camera view on this, but just went down the field, ran a post to the middle, and you can see that he got separation. Honestly, we thought there might have been a little bit of push, but it makes no difference. It's touchdown for the Dragons, and the Dragons with a shocking lead here in the second half after it looked like all hope might be lost in the second quarter. 17-14.
Yeah, absolutely. The way the game was going and through the most of the first and second quarters, it looked like it was a lost cause for the Dragons, but they've turned it around and they've now taken a score. One call out. Of course, Leonard Moore being a defensive back, he knows how to do a little shoving and get away with it. So hats off.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Text line is up. Give a shout out to those Dragons if you get a chance here. 512-843-5202. It's not Kai Haruki. I always get that confused now. He doesn't do the kickoff duties. Kickoff his way. Coming down at about the 8-yard line, received by the Timberwolves. And good pursuit by the Dragons, getting it stopped at about the 22-yard line. The Timberwolves will take over 1st and 10.
Dylan Best on the tackle for the Dragons there. Linebacker in on special teams.
Wow. Well, this game certainly got our attention pretty quickly, folks. 17 unanswered by the Dragons, and they have to be feeling good about themselves.
I was going to take the other side of that coin. The Timberwolves have to be wondering what the heck has happened in the last 25 minutes. This game was under control, and it slipped away.
And, I mean, they were there for the kill punch, and all it takes is a big fumble, and all of a sudden everything flipped the script. Twin receivers to the left side, single ISO way wide right, and now receiver in motion to the right. Harp handing the ball off up the right side, and a gainer, but a short one, to about the 24-yard line. So a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9.
On this possession for the defense, I'm really looking to see if the defense can keep up the pressure and avoid the big play, and don't let Cedar Park get any sense of momentum coming back.
Harp in the pocket, getting flushed out, now rolling well out to the right side, looking upfield to see if he can find a receiver. And it looks like it's incomplete, and it is. It'll be 3rd down and 9. And I tell you, this Dragon defense, what they've done, and there is a timeout on the field, looks like there is a player down for Cedar Park. But what Round Rock has done so nicely right here is the running game for the running back has been completely shut down. And the player down on the field, unfortunately, is Aiden Arp. It is the quarterback. It looks like they're stretching his legs. His legs must be cramping, and my goodness, that young man is so good on his feet. If he cannot keep the wheels churning and running, they're going to struggle a little bit. And so you can tell, it looks like he's just cramping up a little bit. We've seen this the last couple of weeks in each one of the games. You get to the second half here, hydration is important. But I know these kids are drinking as much water and Gatorade as they can, but there's only so much you can replenish when it's so hot out here and you're running and grinding so hard. We'll see, what Aiden can do here. It would be a shame if he cannot play at the performance level he has so far, because he's been absolutely terrific.
And, of course, he's got to come out on this down, which is a big 3rd and long for this team. Let's see who they bring out at quarterback for this play and see what Cedar Park can do.
Officials coming over to the sidelines, I think, to talk to the coaches. It looks like Raspberry. We already called his name once. What a great name. Junior quarterback number 14 in on this play. We'll see if he can generate a little something for the Timberwolves in a high-pressure stakes situation. 6:47 here remaining in the quarter. Referee coming back out onto the field. And we'll signal the play clock in motion here in just a moment. It's a no receiver set on the right side and twins to the left in a max protect situation. You almost have to believe that they're going to run the ball. So play clock is in motion. Raspberry, gotta love that, with the ball rolling out here to the side and taken down behind the line of scrimmage, or perhaps just to the line of scrimmage, but it's going to be marked at the 25, no gain. And Cedar Park's going to have to kick the ball back to Round Rock.
What a great defensive possession for the Dragons. The defense there, the whole defensive line was able to pursue after Raspberry. No gain. Big punt coming up here for Cedar Park. And Leonard Moore is back in deep receive. Let's see what he can do this time.
Well, I told you, that formation looked like they were going to run it, and they're just trying not to make a mistake. So, again, punt formation, punter at the 10-yard line. Leonard Moore setting up at about the 43-yard line of Round Rock. Good pursuit by Round Rock, but a good kick away, and Moore takes it at the 45, right up the middle of the field, getting to the 45 of the Cedar Park Timberwolves. And there's a flag out on the field. Late flags thrown by multiple officials. I'm not sure what that's all about. Round Rock coaches not pleased with what they saw. So we'll see if it's on Round Rock alone or if it's offsetting, but obviously a little chippy.
Yeah, this punt return may not count at all based on the way the coaches are reacting. I see 3 flags out on the field. We will give a credit to Cody Manning on the tackle for the Timberwolves, just in case this one stands.
Yep, I see a hat off, a flag down. Obviously, there's several players, and 3 flags on the field and a hat. So you've got multiple things happen that we just honestly didn't quite see. But the coaches here, I don't think were real happy with it. Clearly some fisticuffs going on, some unsportsmanlike conduct activity, and certainly not something that we want to see in a ball game like this that has been so interestingly and evenly played. And again, the officials will definitely take this time to have some conversation. We'll put up the text line while we let them have a few minutes here to figure out what they want to call. 512-843-5205. Do text in to us. Let us know who you're shouting out to.
You know, 3 flags and a hat sounds like the beginning of a Dr. Seuss book.
Or it's a good band that's going to be performing tomorrow night at the tavern. 3 flags and a hat. Okay. So it's unsportsmanlike conduct obviously being called.
And it sounds like both teams.
Whoa.
Wow.
Goodness gracious. Cedar Park number 8 ejected. That's a defensive back. That's Tanner McDaniel.
I suspect that was his second unsportsmanlike.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
They said it was his second unsportsmanlike conduct. An ejection from the game. Boy, you talk about a learning moment also. Coaches are going to be frustrated. I see that young man down on the sideline being consoled by some of his teammates. Not happy about it. But Round Rock with the upper hand, I would say, in the outcome of what that was. They'll set up shop at the 42-yard line is what the scoreboard says, though it looks a little closer to the 43 to me. And it is the 43. So 1st and 10 for Round Rock. Here again, 5:59 remaining in the quarter. ISO receiver high side and twins to the right. Round Rock handing the ball up the right side. Again, good pursuit by Cedar Park, but grinding and churning and getting inside that 40-yard line for a pickup of what looks like about 5 yards. Reggie Hurley, and it will be 2nd down for the Dragons.
Very nice run by Hurley there to just keep bobbing, weaving, and evading tackles. A lot of work there, but nice gain of 7 yards. A little closer to 6, I guess.
Twin receivers to the left side. Cochran with the pass out to the flat, and my gosh, it was there for a big gainer, but a good tip by the defensive end, swatting the ball down for an incomplete pass, and it'll be 3rd down.
Intended for number 87, who actually is not on my roster, which is fascinating.
Wow.
We got a mystery player.
Clock stops at 5:20. Again, big ball gameplay right here by the Dragons with a full house backfield. Cochran looking, throwing the ball down the field, and nicely completed for a first down. That ball complete to Haramuru, and the Round Rock Dragons have something going.
Good grab by Haramuru. Of course, he did have a couple of great catches last week against Reagan. We do have a player down on the field right now, so there's a stoppage of play.
Rylan Mathis and trainers are out to attend to him. And I don't think that it looks like he may have gotten a finger in his eye. Not exactly sure what it is. Just rolling around a little bit. Bottom line is trainers taking good care of him at the moment, and we'll keep you posted on when he gets up and is able to get off the field. 5:15 remaining here in the quarter. Kmart, do we have an update on the score over there at the Palace on Parmer?
Well, let's see what the old interwebs tell us. Sometimes it takes a moment for the
interwebs
scores to
fire up.
refresh. Oh, right now, late in the fourth quarter, we have the Hendrickson Hawks with a 31-17 lead over McNeil. Little reversal of fortune there in the second half of that game.
Hendrickson, always a terrific program, and glad to see that Rylan Mathis is up, walking off the field under his own power. Little ginger, so we'll see what that's all about, but he looks like he's making his way. After a Dragon first down. And clock is in motion again, 20 seconds on the play clock, full house backfield. Cochran keeps the ball rolling out to the right side. Has something going here to the 20, to the 15 inside, down to the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the Dragons.
Really nice running by Cochran. He was able to stretch it out to the right side. He had a blocker downfield. He set him up nicely and got behind for the big gainer for the Dragons and a nice first down deep in the red zone of Cedar Park.
So ball marked right at the 10-yard line, perhaps right outside of the 10-yard line, and in fact they are marking it as first and goal. Twin receivers to the high side. Ball kept by Cochran up the middle. A gain of about 1 after they thought it was a handoff to Javante Arnold, but a good job by the Black Rain clocking up the middle. Second down.
It was a hard-fought couple of yards by Cochran. It looked like a pinball down there. Looked like that was Alex Grayson, the defensive lineman on the tackle for the Timberwolves.
Twin receivers both sides. Ball on the right side hash. The Moose set up on the left side. And the ball goes to the Moose out here to the right side, but good pursuit by the linebacker number 46 for the Timberwolves, and it will be second or third and goal, it looks like, from about the 8 or the 7.
Logan Wickets just swallowed him up. My goodness. Garlington is not the biggest running back on our squad, but man, Wickets was just all over him.
Well, Garlington had something there. It looked like he was going to be able to gain some more yards. They called that a no gain to the 9. I think that was marked back a little bit from where it should have been. So big third down here for Dragon Nation. Again, twin receivers up on the left side. And Garlington in the eye in the backfield. Cochran rolling out and pitches the ball out to the left side, but no gain again. Getting the ball only back to the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be fourth down, and it'll be field goal attempt time. Moose a little bit ginger getting up himself.
Really good pursuit from the Timberwolf defense, stretching that play out to the sideline. No place for the Dragons to go. No gain.
So Round Rock setting up for a field goal attempt. It'll be marked at the 16, a 26-yard field goal attempt from the left side hash. Clock rolling at 2 minutes 50 seconds here in the third quarter. Good snap down. Haruki kicks the ball. It's true right through the, it's incomplete. Listen to me. It must have been wide left. I thought that thing went right through the middle, but clearly it must not have been there. So a missed field goal attempt will set the ball up at the 20-yard line for the Timberwolves, and they dodge the bullet here again, staying within 3 points.
Yeah, I'm sure the coaching staff for the Timberwolves are very happy that they were able to halt that one. Haruki missing the field goal kick. But, after the big gainer and for the Dragons, to get away from that, get out of that possession with no points scored is a big win for Cedar Park.
Well, throughout this series, throughout the history of this series between the two teams, it's always been pretty even. Been fairly rare that anybody's run away with it. So this has been a pretty good, dandy game so far. So now back in at quarterback, it looks like ARP is in, handing the ball off up the right side and just breaking the running back in half at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Justin Lee was right there. Oh. My goodness.
That tackle hurt me up here in the press box. A gain of perhaps 1. It looks like it's 2nd and 9. And we're going to keep an eye on ARP. He may not be running with the ball much anymore if he truly is having some cramping issues. Hill offset to the left. ARP looking out the right side. Throws a quick pass. Out down the field and overthrown. Incomplete. It will be 3rd down and 9.
Number 10 on the coverage, Noah Cochran. The ball was a little high. The receiver not able to bring it in.
Leonard Moore down on the field. And now hopping over to the Dragon sideline. Not what we want to see, certainly. He walked and then he went down and decided he just didn't want to put any pressure on the leg. I don't know if it was an ankle injury. Hopefully not. Hopefully, again, an issue of cramping. But my goodness, I mean, the casualties they're being taken here in the second half.
So right now, I haven't noticed Zavari Whitson out there. He's not in there now. With Leonard Moore out, I bet there's going to be a pass play right here.
ARP looking up the left side. Twin receivers out there now, rolling out to the left side, throwing the ball deep, and a good pass out to the 45, 46-yard line for a first down for the Timberwolves.
Aiden Walker there for the Dragons to wrap him up. But there we have a nice pass play by the Timberwolves.
It's pretty clear to me that ARP is not going to run with the ball because he had plenty of open space to run, but he's not going to run with it right now. I mean, you can fool me, perhaps, but a good pass by him to get it down the field. Full house backfield. ARP handing the ball off up the middle. Hill getting momentum right up the middle, churning, grinding to the 10 and into the end zone for a Cedar Park touchdown.
He was just able to bust through the line, and
there was nobody there.
There was nobody there. Aiden Walker had an angle, just not quite able to reel him in, and he was able to get all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
What a surprise. Honestly, I am absolutely shocked that this thing flipped the way that it did so quickly, and this game has just been strange like that, no question about it.
Well, super entertaining to be sure.
Extra point attempt to come. It's down. Good pressure by Rawk, but again, that kick is up and through. Your new score, 138 remaining here in the third quarter, and now Cedar Park taking the lead again at 21-17.
So it looks like we've going to have a little bit of an adventure here in the remaining 13 and a half minutes of this game. Now that the Wolves have taken the lead back, Dragons missing that field goal, so a 10-point swing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a war of attrition, and it's a war of who's going to make the fewest mistakes, because there have been some colossal ones here for both sides in some ways, and whichever team comes out on the high end of this game and gets the victory is certainly going to be happy with it, and whoever doesn't is going to be kicking themselves over some of the opportunities that they let get past them. And, Cedar Park here, 2 of their 3 touchdowns have been huge bust plays.
Mm-hmm. And we've talked about it before, the Dragon defense has been playing well for the most part, keeping the offense in front of them. But in this case, just a few busted plays going the length of the field. Those big momentum shifts are all it takes, really.
Indeed, partner, indeed. So back to deep receive is going to be Javante Arnold now and Reggie Hurley. So Leonard Moore not coming in for special teams. Squib kick low rolling into the end zone. It's a touchback. Round Rock takes over at the 25.
Takes a fair amount of courage to watch that ball trickle slowly toward the end zone, hoping it gets there.
You better hope. You better hope that thing goes out of bounds. Out of bounds or into the end zone, one or the other. We'll see if Round Rock can conjure up a little magic here. And again, I do believe the quick hitting plays are going to be key here for Round Rock to get some momentum. So Reggie Hurley setting up in the I behind Cochran, twin receivers both sides. And now Hurley offset left. Quick pass out here to the right flat to Javante Arnold and breaking through the seam to the 30 and out to the 35, 36-yard line. Marking it to the 35 exactly, first down for the Dragons.
Good effort from Arnold, just taking a short throw and able to get a nice gain for the first down.
Twin receiver set to the left side. And again, Reggie Hurley in the I. Cochran looking for anything that he can get and actually completed the pass out into the flat, but it's going to be, it looks like perhaps a yard loss on the completion.
Once again to number 87, our mystery receiver. So if anyone on the text line happens to know who number 87 is, we'd love to hear it.
Must have been the mystery jersey switch. Looks like the clock is stopped on the field because you have a Timberwolf player that is down again, kind of symptomatic to the whole cramping up stuff that's happening. But the young man is up and kind of hopping off the field. Again, just kind of a war of attrition here on a hot, hot night. Number 22, that's Garrett Nichols, junior defensive back. He's played well this evening. So coming off to the sideline and getting a little bit of attention from the trainers. So second down, marking the ball right back at the line of scrimmage. It's trip receivers to the right side, two to the left, empty set backfield. And a timeout now called by Cedar Park here. 1:11 remaining here in the third quarter. And we can put up the text line. 512-843-5205 is that text line number. Once more, 512-843-5205. We'd love to hear from you. Here you give your shout-outs to your Dragon Nation family here. No matter who it is, whether it's the football team or the support and spirit groups, we would absolutely love to hear from you.
Seemed like the Timberwolf coaching staff was a little bit uncertain what they wanted to do when faced with that empty set backfield, 5 wide receivers. The Dragons run that formation a lot. It's not uncommon to see them out there with 5 receivers, but they saw
Bob Brinkman, stat man extraordinaire, that 66-yard touchdown pass that we had in the first half, longest of Mason Cochran's career.
You know, I can believe it. It was a nice patch, a nice pass right on target, but he doesn't deliver those long ones super often.
Ball snapped and a timeout. Flag, rather, here on the sideline. Looks like they're calling a false start on Round Rock. And Brinkman, for wit, keeping the stats, he texted me and asked, do we know who number 87 is? So we do not know who the mystery number 87 is. We shall see. Whistles on the field again. This thing has gotten really disjointed. And now a player being sent off to the sidelines. That's number 22. He can't play on this play. Even though there was a penalty, he came out for injury on the preceding play. So they're not allowing him on the field, so the official's sending him back off. It's been a strange one, folks, out here in lovely Cedar Park, Texas. Twin receivers to the right side. Pressure coming on a big-time blitz. Cochran evading it, throwing the ball as deep as he can, and just over the outstretched hands of Haramuru for an incompletion, and it will be 3rd down and 15.
I like the choice of play there, just a little bit overthrown. It's good to see the Dragons try to stretch out the field a little bit.
I do believe Mason could have run with that ball, partner. I mean, again, I like it. You know, you've got an opportunity that was just barely overthrown, and it would have been a big hitter. But I think Mason could have probably run for a good chunk of yardage there. Nonetheless, 3rd down for the Dragons here. Clock at 1:04 in the 3rd quarter. And twin receivers to the right side, one to the left. Hurley rolling out into the flat, ball thrown deep, and a nice pass. Good cutter all the way past the 45-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down, completed to, I believe, Haramuru.
Javante Arnold, sir, number 0.
My bad. Well, tempo is coming from Round Rock, trying to get something going here. Ball is handed off up the left side middle. Looked like nothing to be gained there, but out to about the 48-yard line, so a gain of 2. It will be 2nd and 8, 40 seconds remaining in the quarter.
I like what Javante Arnold's been able to do here in the second half. A couple of really nice gains, picking up some tough yards for the Dragons. Important yards. They've been able to get a couple of 1st downs off of them.
Full house backfield, 24 seconds, clock rolling. Cochran looking, throwing, a little high, incomplete. Stops the clock at 16 seconds, and it was there all the way.
It was. Yeah, with that, again, coach is opening up the offense just a little bit. Doesn't look like the Cedar Park defense is being quite as aggressive right now, giving Cochran a little bit more time to throw.
And I do think that war of attrition is part of it. I really do. I think that, you know, these players are probably pretty exhausted. They're having to rotate in a lot of talent. Big play here towards the end of the 3rd quarter. Twin receivers to the left side and a full house set for the backfield. Cochran rolling out to the left side, getting great pursuit, and now throwing a dump pass up the middle, and the ball is on the ground, but recovered by Round Rock on the fumble for about a 5-yard gain, but 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's the end of your quarter, folks. Hang out here with us for the 4th quarter in just a moment. It's going to be a good one. Your score is 21-17. We're going to take a quick commercial break. This is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. CovertFord.com.
Back here at John Gupton Stadium in Cedar Park, with your 4th quarter about to start and a 4th down here for the Dragons in Timberwolves territory, but just barely, and a decision here to be made. Won't be surprised if they certainly bring the offense on the field, as they've done with Mason, to take some of those little quick kicks, but also wouldn't be surprised if they try to go a little bit of cadence and see if they can get somebody to jump off sides and get a cheap 1st down here, because it is 4th and 3 at the 47.
Well, certainly a cheap 1st down would be just what the doctor ordered here to allow the Dragons to keep possession and keep this drive going. It does look like they have the punter lined up, but maybe they'll try to stretch this out and try to get someone to jump.
Who knows? I don't even know what to expect, because I was not quite expecting this. So again, Granger in to do the punting duties. Ball is snapped, and a good one, and Granger is running with it out on the right side. He's got blockers in front of him, and he's going to get the 1st down out to the 40 to the 38-yard line. Terrific play by Round Rock, given the circumstances, and a couple of, looks like Timberwolves down on the field, nicked up, as we've seen on a lot of plays here, but a great call by the coaching staff for the Dragons, and I mean, we were kind of sniffing that out. I mean, to some extent, I thought it was unusual that they might be punting there.
Well, there was acres of green space around Granger. He just was picking those feet up and putting them down really quick, able to get around the corner for that first down. It looked like they might have held him up just short of the first down, but he broke a tackle and got through. Fantastic outcome for the fake punt on the Dragons.
Well, I was worried there for a second that I thought that he was going to kind of let up a little bit. It's like going, you got to get that first down, man. You've got to get that first down. Injured player for Cedar Park coming off the field. That's number 94, Caleb Castro, senior defensive lineman. But under his own power. So first down and 10, 39-yard line for the Dragons. Javonte Arnold to the middle. And just, oh my gosh, I thought he was smothered in the backfield, but it's Mason Cochran around the left side. Didn't see what he was doing to the 20, inside the 15 to the 10, inside the 10 to the 5 to the 4. Best run of his career in my mind. Unbelievable play by Mason Cochran.
It looked like he was bottled up in the backfield, certainly near the line of scrimmage, but he was able to break some tackles, weave down for the fantastic gain inside the 5-yard line, and the Dragons have life here.
Unreal play. Number 9, defensive back for Cedar Park, was in on the tackle. That's Yaheem Porter. He's a little nicked up, would not come off the field, went back out to his position. So first and goal, clock stopped at 11:30. Garlington looks like he got to about the 3-yard line, a gain of 1. It will be second and goal from the 3.
Seemed like a little bit of a half-hearted attempt there. I mean, Garlington was certainly knocked around there inside the line of scrimmage, but the hole was slow to open and wasn't able to get through.
And again, credit to Cedar Park and that black rain. They clog up those holes nicely. So kind of a full house backfield set again. Low snap. Ball is handed off to Garlington and gets down to the 1-yard line now.
And that was a better run there. The hole again slow to open, but Garlington was patient, able to pick his way through, get down really close to the line of scrimmage, to the goal line.
And a good kind of shoestring tackle by Cedar Park to keep Round Rock out of the end zone on the play. So once again, single receiver set, both sides. Low snap once again. Garlington into the end zone.
Correction, Cochran kept it.
Cochran into the end zone. 2 touchdowns on the play, folks.
Great fake by Garlington to go in untouched. Well, he was over the center of the line for what we thought was a touchdown, but then Cochran kept it, ran around the left side, and a good touchdown for him to finish off the drive that he kept alive. Excellent work.
High snap, down, kick is up. It's through. Your new score, 10:25 remaining here in the ball game, 24-21 Round Rock. We'll throw a replay up here. And this is the replay of Mason Cochran on the long run. Boy, you're talking about a special moment for him. He just evades everybody. Opportunity there, missed. Opportunity, missed. Opportunity, missed. That's 3 missed tackles, 4. And it took the 5th and the 6th player to get him down. Unreal run by Mason Cochran. You talk about a tough kid.
Well, yeah, he's made a career of being one of the best runners on the team, and this is the first time this year he's really been able to show off his legs like that. He's had some good runs, but this is by far his best, and like you said, it might be his best in his career for the Dragons. He's been a starter for 2.5 years. This is his 3rd year, and wow, what a great personal individual effort for Cochran on that, and they were able to capitalize and get the points.
Well, it's gut check time now for Cedar Park. Again, what a terrific ball game. But I'll tell you, I mean, Aiden Arp, tough kid, but I do think that his wheels have probably been clipped out from under him. He probably won't be running it, but Trey Hill has shown he can take it to the house. Kick is away to the end zone, touchback, and it will be 1st and 10 from the 25.
Well, now the Dragons defense has to be excited about an opportunity here.
Well, that's really it. When you have the lead, I mean, Cedar Park, just with the lead right there, they're thinking, all we have to do is get a stop. All we have to do is get a stop here. Well, they don't get the stop. So same thing with Round Rock. It's like it's the gut check time. Can you get the stop? Can you get the victory here? And Round Rock desperately hoping and looking for the victory this evening. In their best effort so far this season, just having the mettle to come back in this game and be in it after a tough first half is really, really impressive. So twin receiver set on the right side, and he'll offset to the left of Arp. And here we go. Hill getting the ball up the middle, Round Rock having none of it. A gain of 1, it appears, 2nd and 9.
Dragons were lined up with a little bit more bigger bodies on the line of scrimmage that time. We had Asher Chang at end, but a couple of really big tackles there. Number 97, Strickler, and it looks like Christian Williams in.
Twin receiver set both sides, and good pursuit by Round Rock, and a stop in the backfield on the pass in the flat. That's going to be taken back at the 21-yard line for a loss of 5, and it will be 3rd and 14.
Outstanding pressure by the defense, and then Justin Lee was there to wrap up the ball carrier for the big loss. Great play by the defense.
Safety valve play not working out the way Arp had hoped, but he has pulled off some big third downs in the past, just under 10 minutes here in the ball game. We'll see what Round Rock can dial up. Arp looking up the left side, looking for the quick pass, throws the quick pass and completes it, but then it's punched out and incomplete. A terrific job by the defensive back to get his mitts in there and knock that ball out, and Round Rock will be taking over.
And after the incomplete pass, there must have been a whistle really quick after that. If I had been the coaches, I would have been all over that young defensive back to run over there and pick up that ball.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And a good pass by Arp. I mean, right on the money, but a good and better play by Round Rock's defense. So back to receive the punt. See if we can pull off this number here, but at about the 43-yard line. It's Javonte Arnold, and telling everybody just get away from the ball. We don't need to take a chance. The ball rolls out just, I believe, inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 for the Dragons, 9:14 remaining in the ball game.
Good roll for the Cedar Park punter, getting a few extra yards. The Dragons will set up shop around the 40, just short of the 40. So pretty good starting field position. Certainly better than some of the other starting positions they've had this game.
I agree. So Garlington in the backfield in the I formation behind Mason Cochran, twin receivers to the right. And now Garlington offset to the right. Cochran looking for a quick pass, but not finding what he wants, and then just throws the ball after he has worked his way outside of the pocket, throws the ball beyond the line of scrimmage. Referee, or the side judge, coming over and talking to the referee. And the pass just will be marked incomplete. There's no intentional grounding.
If I'm not mistaken, that was most likely the official that called the grounding earlier that they waved off.
Just over 9 minutes remaining in the game. 10 seconds on the play clock. Twin receivers right side again. Max protect formation. And the ball is kept by Mason Cochran coming up the right side and not quite getting back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1. It will be 3rd down and long.
Timberwolves defensive line was right there and swallowed him up. Looks like the tackle was made by number 31, Reed Vines, senior linebacker.
.15 seconds on the play clock. Cochran looking now to the sideline to get the final play call in from the coaching staff. Busted play, and Cochran throws the ball up in the air, gets the ball beyond the line of scrimmage. There was a receiver in the area in Javonte Arnold. Cochran a little slow to get up, but up on his own power, got twisted around when he threw that ball. But now trotting off to the sidelines, probably a little banged up on the play. Tough young man, 8:18 remaining, clock stopped. And Round Rock will have to punt the ball back to Cedar Park.
So folks might have heard over the PA system, the official did call out there was no foul for intentional grounding, so someone was thinking about it, but they said no, he got the pass away.
Good high punt up in the air and taken with the fair catch at the 32-yard line by Cedar Park, where they will take over.
You talked about Cochran getting a little bit twisted up there on that pass play. I think he might need to go see a chiropractor. He really looked like a pretzel as he was going down. He hit the ground kind of hard as he was contorted by the defender. So, yeah, I understand why he got up a little gingerly there and jogged off the side of the field.
Nip and tuck, back and forth. Nobody can seem to pull away in this ball game. And that's the way it should be.
And interestingly, the Dragons have gone with a little bit smaller lineup on the defensive line here.
Arp with the ball. Great pursuit by Rawk and throwing the ball away to a receiver that wasn't interested in receiving it. Incomplete. It'll be second down.
Asher Chang was all over Arp as he tried to let that ball go. And Arp was backpedaling as fast as he could.
I think there's a recognition by the defensive staff that bringing pressure hot to Aiden Arp, he cannot. I do believe that he can't run with the ball the way that he did in the first half. 20 seconds on the play clock. Triangle receiver formation on the left side. Arp looking up the left side, pressure coming, and completed over the middle to about the 35 to the 38-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 5, it looks like. Perhaps 6, and it will be third down and 4. And a big test here for the Dragon D.
Good work by the defensive back, Noah Cochran, to slow him down for the short gain.
20 seconds on the play clock. Clock rolling at 7:38. Twin receivers on the high side. Arp looking up that high side, now getting pursuit, having to throw the ball out into the flat, and it is complete at the 46-yard line, out of bounds. A first down for the Timberwolves.
Number 26 on the coverage for the Dragons, Jace Kivett. That is a name we haven't said before this season. He's a sophomore defensive back, so nice play there.
Arp handing the ball off and immediately met by Dragons. A gain of about 2 to the 48-yard line by Hill. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's interesting how the flow of this game has changed. Things are a little bit more wide open, even though there hasn't been big chunks of yards.
No, but there have been some busted plays. Trip receivers to the right side. Hill offset to the left. Arp looking up the right side, getting pursued up the middle, and taken down in the backfield for a loss back to the 44-yard line.
Excellent tackle by Justin Lee. Just wrapped him up. He got, there's a lot of traffic around Arp as he was trying to unload the ball, but Lee got there and dragged him down for the sack.
So Arp has been big on third down. A big opportunity here for the Dragon defense to try and get it shut down. Just over 6 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Same formation with trip receivers on the right side, and Hill offset to the left of Arp. Looking up that right side, looking, throwing the ball, and right into the back of a Dragon defensive back. But the back judge throwing pass interference on the Dragons, and probably a good call, to be honest with you, based on what we saw. If he just turned around and played the ball a little bit better, but it's going to be a 15-yard march off against the Dragons, and that's going to set the ball up inside Dragon territory, just outside of the 40-yard line.
Yeah, unfortunate because the Dragons defense had played really well in that possessions to that point. And you're right, it looked like the defender was all over the receiver and impeded his opportunity to catch the ball.
Yep, not a lot, but enough. There was certainly contact and face guarding, and it hit him right in the back. All he has to do is turn around. Bad break for the Dragons. Arp with the ball and keeping it up the middle and taken down in the backfield. That's going to be a loss back to the 42-yard line. It's 2nd down for the Timberwolves. 6 minutes exactly in the ball game.
Tackled there by number 35, Barris Owens.
And with this much time left in the ball game, it's 4-down territory now, man.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's any question about that unless something huge happens that sets the Timberwolves back. They will go 4 downs. from here on out to try to get a score. Twins to the right. Ball is handed off up the right side. Out to the 35-yard line is where it will be marked. It's a gain of about 6. It will be 3rd down and 4 for the Timberwolves.
A couple of defenders involved in the tackle there, but once again, Jace Kivett was there to help finish it off. So shout out to him, getting a little bit of attention with a couple of other defensive backs out. I still don't see Zavari Whitson or Leonard Moore out there.
Definitely some understudies on the field, getting key plays here in crunch time for the Dragons. 10 seconds remaining on the play clock, exactly 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Ball's kept by Arp, looking deep and not seeing what he wants. Good pursuit by the Dragons and taking them down in the backfield. That counts as a sack back to the 36-yard line, a loss of 1 or 2. And it will be 4th down and about 5 or 6. Timberwolves almost certainly going for it in this instance. Timberwolves with 2 timeouts, Dragons with 3 remaining here in the ballgame.
Really have to admire Asher Cheng's persistence on that play. He got around the right end, and he was being held. He broke that hold and still pursued to the far side of the field to wrap up for the tackle. Excellent individual effort for Asher Cheng there. He's been in on several of these plays, but he's having a great night, and the Dragons, as you just called out, this is a pivotal moment in the game for Cedar Park and for the Dragons defense.
Well, it is the moment of the game when you think about it. Cedar Park taking their 2nd timeout here, so 1 remaining, 4:21 remaining here in the ball game itself. If Round Rock gets a stop, honestly, all they have to do is get a couple of first downs and they can seal the game. So a big, big time moment here. Who knows what we're going to see here? We've been excited to bring it to you tonight and always delighted to bring you Round Rock ISD football here on the iHSFAN Webcast Network. We will actually be tomorrow night out in Bastrop, this same crew doing the Westwood game against Bastrop. The Westwood Warriors, that's the next opponent for the Dragons next week. It'll be over at Kelly Reeves, and we'll be bringing you that ball game as well. Westwood looking pretty good this season already.
Yeah, definitely. They've had a great run the first couple of weeks of the season. Of course, we saw them last week. And what have we got going on over there?
Well, you got to like and seeing the Round Rock students all piled on the left side of the stadium. Now they've moved over to the right side of the stadium. They're going to try and disrupt this Cedar Park Timberwolves team and see if they can get a little bit of Dragon Nation spirit stirred up. Waiting for the play clock to roll, and it does. Trip receivers to the left, quick snap. Arp looking to the left and sees somebody out in the open, and it's caught at the 30, and it will be marked to the 29, a 1st down for the Timberwolves. 4:16 remaining in the ballgame.
Well drawn up play. Coach has called a quick out, and the receiver was able to get across the line of scrimmage for the 1st down, sustaining this drive, giving them another chance to fight.
4 minutes remaining in the ballgame. Ball right up the middle and stopped for a short gain to Hill right at the 27-yard line. It will be 2nd and 8.
Asher Cheng once again around the end, the other end of the offensive line this time, and the running back got to the line just past his arms, his outstretched grasp, but all very short gain for Timberwolves.
Clock rolling at just under 3:30. Tight formation, single receivers well wide on each side. Arp looking up the left side, not seeing what he wants, rolling out of the pocket and trying to throw the ball deep, and a good pass, but it is dropped at the 10-yard line, just a little too high for his receiver. Incomplete. It will be 3rd down. Clock stops at 3:14.
That was a really nice attempted catch. He had to go way up high to get it. He got his hands on it, not able to reel it in. Looks like that is number 84.
Well, he would have had to have been Superman to catch that thing. It was a little high, but he got his mitts on it, just couldn't bring it in. Big time play here for Round Rock and for Cedar Park. Twin receivers to the right side, single ISO to the left. And Hill offset now to the left side of Arp. 8 seconds on the play clock remaining. Arp looking right all the way and throwing the ball out into the flat. And it is caught at about the 19-yard line. Should be enough to gain, and it is. They move the sticks. 1st down in the red zone at the 19-yard line. Clock at 3:08.
Getting down to crunch time. The Dragons really need to make a stop now.
Well, now you're in field goal territory, so it will be a decision potentially if it gets to a 4th down, but I do think that Cedar Park almost certainly has a field goal kicker that can make this distance. Twin receivers to the left side. Arp keeping the ball rolling out to the left side and tumbles and cartwheels right at about the 15-yard line is where it is marked. A gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Definitely upended. Arp decided either it was a design play or he chose personally to take that ball up the left side. He found a hole, but he was punished at the end of that play.
Single receiver sets, both sides, split wide. Handing the ball off up the middle and gaining well beyond the sticks, about to the 8-yard line. Clock is stopped, 2:14. It will be 1st and goal for Cedar Park.
Interesting that Cedar Park seems to have found a little something to work on right here, just running right at the middle of the defensive line. It's working, these quick hitters up the middle.
Round Rock calling timeout. Their first timeout of the half. 2:06 remaining here in the ball game, trying to preserve a little clock on so they can get the ball back potentially here if Cedar Park does score a touchdown, to see if they can get back down the field. But my gosh, I mean, Cedar Park found a different gear here to try to win the ball game here in the balance, and it'd be a tough one. My gosh, having lost last week in the fashion that Round Rock did here, it's a gut check moment. You hope that you can rise up to the occasion and get a stop.
Yeah, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast that last week they were driving to tie that game, and just at the very end in the 4th quarter, they had an interception, the turnover there in the end zone as they were looking to tie, and that game slipped away from them. So to have the lead here with 2 minutes to go, and the Timberwolves obviously have to do something here. They have to score to tie or take the lead, but the Dragons are, I think they'll be crushed if they lose this one here at the end.
They're up against it. A big moment here in Dragon Nation. And I have to think this is going to be a dose of Hill. They're probably going to keep it on the ground, try and make Round Rock gobble up their timeouts one way or another. So Arp, again, I formation, offset left is Hill. Clock is rolling on the play clock at 20 seconds now. Both receivers right side set. Ball up the middle to Hill, into the end zone, touchdown Timberwolves.
You called it, partner. Right up the middle, Trey Hill was able to just burst through the line. There was not a defender there to fill that hole, and he got through for the touchdown. So now let's see what we got. They'll attempt the conversion here, the extra point. We'll see what happens. What do the Dragons have to do here in the last 2 minutes of this game?
2 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in the ball game. Extra point to come. There's a flag on the play. Extra point was blocked.
It was blocked. False start.
False start, gosh.
Fortunate for the Timberwolves there. I think that was Justin Lee that broke through and blocked that kick.
I think you're right. So now the extra point set up at the 15-yard line, a 25-yard attempt. Kick is up and good. Your new score now 28-24. Cedar Park leading, 2:02 remaining here in the ball game.
You know, the tough thing about them getting another chance at that extra point is it takes it from being a field goal to tie to now you got to score the touchdown.
Oh, I agree. I absolutely agree with you. It's you've got to get in the end zone, and that's just the way the ball has shaken out. And, you know, again, a short field goal missed by Kai Haruki from that left side hash there in the 3rd quarter. And it's a different conversation right here. You just have to get into field goal territory. But now you got to get in the end zone, and it's a tall order for Round Rock, no matter what the circumstances are. A good return here. And look, let's face it, Cedar Park will probably try to kick this thing through the end zone if they can. But if Round Rock can somehow or another muster up a return and get good field position, then I would not bet against old Mason Cochran. He's done a terrific job here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. He's had a really good night tonight. It made some really good things happen. Of course, we did see him get up a little gingerly in the last possession. But let's see what the Dragons do here on the kickoff. Maybe they'll solve it all right here in one shot. And the entire student body has now shifted over to the other end of the field. Smart. I appreciate that. Those part of the stands are open, so now they get to see the Dragons drive toward the north end of the stadium on this possession.
Arnold and Hurley back deep, but it is one of those punch kicks again, right to the 25-yard line. And it's Moose Garlington rolling up the right side through a seam out to the 40-yard line in good starting field position for the Dragons. 1:56 remaining in the ballgame.
Excellent return by Moose Garlington. He got the wheels going.
He was a shoestring away from big return.
He was.
So marking it right at the 40. First and 10 for the Dragons. Cochran coming out on the field. Twin receiver set to the left side. And Garlington will be in the I formation. Cochran looking deep, getting pressured, throws the ball right at the line of scrimmage and nothing doing on the pass completion. Second down and 10.
Completed at number 19, Ian Sellers.
Clock rolling at 1:40 remaining in the ballgame. Round Rock with 2 timeouts, trip receivers to the right side. Cochran looking up the right side, looking, and pressured, and goes down after a short gain of about 1. It will be third down and 9. Clock now rolling at 1:20 remaining in the ballgame. And a pivotal moment for the Dragons to see if they can pick up a first down and keep the ball grinding.
Interestingly, the coach is choosing not to call a timeout here. They've got 2. Why not preserve some clock?
Twin receivers right side. Cochran rolling out to the right side, looking, throwing the ball down the field, incomplete. No flags on the play. I thought a flag was thrown. But fourth down it is. 1 minute, 1 second remaining here in the game. And Round Rock has to pick up at least 9.
Yeah, they've got to convert this for sure.
Right at the midfield stripe. They've got to get to the 50. That's the number you're looking for. And I have to think Cedar Park is going to come with everything they've got. 18 seconds on the play clock. Coaches trying to signal into play at this point. I'm not sure they're going to. I think it's going to be a timeout. Now under 10 seconds.
This seems to be a choice at this point to let the clock run down.
Indeed. And so the bottom line is this is the play. This is the moment. If they can't pick it up, this ball game will be over. Round Rock with only 1 timeout remaining. And Cedar Park would be able to take the ball into victory formation. So again, I don't know what you dial up here, and I know Coach Tenney has got a bag full of tricks. I tell you, I would love to see nothing more than the old Boise play that they were running in practice on the little hook and ladder. See if they could pull off a little something special here. Wouldn't be surprising.
Well, they definitely did do something different, and now they're not going to have a ton of time because I believe you pegged it that Cedar Park will send everything.
Oh, they will.
So Cochran will only have a couple of seconds to get the ball away. So the receivers are going to have to go out on a 7, 8, 9-yard pass route and just try to pick it up with their legs.
You got to have quick timing, quick slants. Cannot go on any kind of a stretch play to the corners because Cedar Park just has too much speed on the field. So here we go. Fourth down. Mason Cochran calling for the ball. He's got it. Fakes the handoff and a timeout called just before the snap by Cedar Park.
And totally interesting, they lined up with 3 down linemen and 8 defensive backs. And it just, they were going to give Cochran all the time he wanted.
Yeah.
Totally opposite of what I was thinking before. So, hey, let's see what happens now. And really, you could almost make the argument that kind of like earlier in the game, there was enough green space that Cochran had chosen to run. He might have had enough green space to pick up the first down.
Could be. Well, once again, folks, we appreciate all of you joining us here on the iHSFAN Webcast Network. next Friday, we'll be here again with Dragon Nation with the call against the Westwood Warriors. That game coming to you from Kelly Reeves Stadium. We love doing games over at Kelly Reeves. Great facility. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air by 6:40. And here we are. No more timeouts for Cedar Park. And the play clock now in motion. Cochran calling for max protect. 3 down linemen coming and pressure on Mason Cochran. He's running up the field, but he's not going to make it there. And it is stopped 4 yards short at about the 46-yard line. And it will be a turnover on downs, and Cedar Park will take over and the ball game in hand.
And the Dragons faced with an 0-3 start to their non-district schedule.
First time 0-3 in quite some time.
And, you know, the Dragons, yeah, it's not over yet, but it's pretty much over.
The game is over unless something baffling happens here. But a heartbreaking start here to the season, you know, again, with 2 tough losses to 2 quality opponents. But as, you know, Coach told us in the interview, it's just not enough. There are no moral victories. They played well. They came back in this game, but they spotted Cedar Park 14 at the beginning of the game, and that is just too much for the Dragons to overcome. And your final score here now, with 40 seconds remaining in the ball game and 1 more snap to be taken, Cedar Park will be winning 28-24. Kmart, you know, next week they got their hands full again with Westwood. You know, I don't know what the formula is here to get the monkey off of your back, and I know this team is probably incredibly frustrated. There's so much talent on this team, but you've got to get a win, your first one in district. You still have your goals in front of you of what you want to do in making the playoffs.
Absolutely. Of course, the Westwood game, the Battle of the Bell, is a big deal for the Dragons and the Warriors. But right now, as we started to talk about earlier, the Westwood team is super stout. They're a really good team. They're off to a hot start, and we are going to see them tomorrow night in Bastrop. But if I'm Coach Moore and the Dragon staff, you know, there are a lot of times the Westwood game was a gimme.
Absolutely.
This year, absolutely not. The Dragons will have to be ready. They have to play probably their best game of the year.
I agree.
To try to have a shot to win that game.
And the odds are it's going to be a 3-0 Westwood against an 0-3 Round Rock, which is, I don't know when the last time is anybody heard that, but it is what it will be. And folks, I'll tell you what, we're always proud to bring Round Rock ISD football to you and Dragon Nation football. It's been a terrific evening here, and we're glad we were able to bring it to you. We hope you'll join us next week and even tomorrow night if you have an opportunity and you're parked in front of the laptop or your phone or the television. Pull us up on YouTube, give us a like, and make us one of your favorites, and we'll be glad to bring you that Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford. Once again, your final score here from Cedar Park and Gupton Stadium. Cedar Park 28 and Round Rock 24. So long from Cedar Park.
You are listening to the Horn Webcast Network, powered by iHSFAN. If you're interested in advertising on or privately supporting this webcast, please reach out to us on Twitter at iHSFAN. All audio rights of this webcast presentation belong to iHSFAN, and any intent to rebroadcast or retransmit must have express written consent from iHSFAN.